Recording in progress.
Welcome to our presentation today. I'm really excited everybody could be here. We are going to be diving in today. We're going to be talking about how to get $250,000 in business credit in less than 6 months. Look, I'm going to reveal something I've never revealed before. I've been going at this for 10 plus years talking about business credit financing and how you can tap in to the system to get the most amount of money. But today I'm going to reveal what I call my 3-step secret formula to get $250,000 in business credit in 6 months or even less. I mean, this is the proven formula that's helped so many business owners successfully build business credit. And today you're about to get your shot to be able to tap in, get all the knowledge you need to be able to be successful. Now, you might see me coming back and forth between screens here. I've got a webinar going on. I've got a live stream going on. I've got a lot of questions that'll be coming in. So I'm just kind of trying to get everything set up correctly. All right. So what we're going to be diving into today is I'm going to actually reveal my proven formula that's helped over 50,000 business owners successfully build business credit. This is not a principle. This is not a concept that may work. This is nothing theoretical. This is no overnight guru telling you about something that worked for them. This is the exact formula that's helped tens of thousands of business owners like you successfully build business credit. And I'm going to show you how any business can use this formula to access an unlimited amount of business credit. Yes, we are going to talk about getting $250K in 6 months. But the reality is, what I'm going to show you today unlocks an unlimited ability to get money, because once you understand these 3 secrets, once you can tap into the business credit building system, then there's no limit to the amount of money that you're actually able to get. So look, if you've failed before, then guess what? It's not your fault. If you've tried to obtain money, if you tried to get loans and credit lines, you tried to build business credit, you haven't been successful, then it's not your fault. Well, a lot of things out there are not true. I mean, literally, there's a guy out there saying that for every entity that you own, you can get $250,000 for it, and it's the law. It's illegal for banks not to give it to you. I mean, it's so absurd, the amount of false information that's out there. There's so many people touting themselves as gurus and experts, giving completely bogus information, and all you have to do to get the result is buy their thing, of which gives you a black hole to nowhere. If you kind of think that maybe the system is rigged against you, I hate to say it, but you're right. Lenders and credit issuers do not want you to know what we're going to talk about today. I'm even going to give you real examples of why lenders, underwriters, aren't even allowed to communicate with front-end bankers, because they don't want the front-end bankers to tell you what you're about to know. They actually have secret credit reports they're using to make decisions about you. They're obtaining information about you from other sources you're not even aware of. They've got a secret formula that they use for approval. All of this we're going to decode today, but all of this is created the barriers that stand in your way and impeding your ability to be able to get credit and financing. So if you've had these problems, you're not alone. A lot of us have struggled with these same things. And today we're going to talk through exactly how you can be successful. So let's talk about the $250,000. Here's kind of my results disclosure. So first of all, you're not going to make $250,000 or get $250,000 in business credit if you're not using the credit to grow your business. It's the most important thing. And by the way, if you're just coming in, give me a shout out. Tell me where you're coming in from. Say hello. Give me your business name. I'd like to see what industry you're in. And I always love getting a chance to kind of say hello to everybody. So give me a shout out. Tell me where you're coming in from. So first of all, you're only going to get $250,000 if you're using the credit to grow your business. So many people try to build business credit just to build business credit. They get credit in one step to get to the next step, instead of using the credit to actively, really strategically grow their business. The only way you get higher and higher and higher limits, and I'm going to show you this today, is if you're getting credit, using the credit, and repeating that process. But you've got to actually be using the credit that you're going to get. The other thing is that you are the one that decides how much money you get. You are in complete control of this. I'm going to put you in the driver's seat today. And what I mean by that is that you can get an unlimited amount of credit. It's just a matter of how much you're applying for. You apply for credit, you use it, you get higher and higher limits. So the only limit to how much credit you get is based on how much you're actually applying for. There is no other barrier that prevents you from getting even more than $250,000 and getting to an unlimited period or an unlimited amount, or getting more than $250,000 in 6 months. Remember, the success formula we're going to talk about today is getting credit, using the credit to grow, and then getting higher and higher limits. So that's how the process works. Now, let me show you what happens when you get this right. So here's Christine Farrell from LaGrange, Indiana. Quote, my husband Brian and I own Field Transportation LLC. We decided to start our business because of the freedom it gives us. We don't have to worry about clocking in and out. We can be financially free and go on amazing vacations without having to ask someone for permission. So 2 years ago, we found Credit Suite. We were almost ready to shut down and say enough is enough. We can't do it anymore. And I don't know about you, but I can definitely relate to that. So since cards, credit with most major retailers, cash credit, $185,000 in auto loans, equipment financing, and credit lines, all totaling over $1 million. And there's a zero left out there, but don't mind that. At first, the money gave us the opportunity to keep our company open. Since then, we've expanded from a 1-truck operation to buying a 50-truck operation, and we've been able to use business credit to open another company as well. We've been able to hire more drivers, pay the bills when it's comfortable for us. It's just given us more flexibility. Plus, it gives our company a better rating, and that's gotten us more customers. Credit Suite's the real deal. We're so appreciative of all you've done for us, unquote. So Christine is one of many. I mean, we are going to look at hundreds of real results and case studies today to show you what this looks like. But maybe you can relate to this. She gave up. She was done. She's already tried to build credit. She's already tried and failed because of the barriers we've already talked about. Then she found these 3 secrets we're going to talk about today. And not only did she succeed, she secured over $1 million of business credit, 50x'd her actual operation, has actually now opened a second business as well. And it's helped given her the actual freedom, her and Brian, the freedom that they were looking for. And you can see some of these results. Here's her getting approved for a $300,000 credit line. Here's another Dell approval for her as well for $5,000. Here's all the accounts reporting on her business credit report, talking about how her score is now up to 100. Here's her getting more and more credits, talking about more approvals that she's getting, giving kind of an example of how many accounts she has, right? So right here, if you look at it, this is in the beginning stages of her building the business, and she's now got 33 accounts on her business credit reports at this point already. Here we go. Our leases truck for the oil fields, all done on business credit. So you can see here's her actually using business credit to purchase vehicles. This is the plot of land that they're bought to be able to expand their business. Here's $85,000 in available credit on one of her credit reports as well. Here's even another $80,000 available on her credit report. And this is where she got $185,000 in financing at Ford to get a truck without a personal guarantee and without a personal credit check. Like I said, hundreds of these we're going to look at today, but I just wanted to give you an example of what happens when you do this right. So first of all, are you in the right place today? Well, first of all, this is specifically for dreamers, doers, rebels, risk takers, trailblazers, and those people that are just absolutely crazy enough to follow their dreams. Look, if you fit in this category, you're in the right place, because that's really it. That's kind of how I describe myself. I'm a rebel. So if you're a rebel like I am, if you're a dreamer, if you're a doer, if you're an action taker that believes that you have a dream and you want to have the financial freedom that comes with that, well, we're going to be diving in and giving you the roadmap to success on this today. If you are a startup, if you have credit issues, if you don't have collateral, you've been denied before, you don't even think there's any freaking way, I think I could say freaking way that you can get approved, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. I'm going to show you exactly why you've been running into problems and how to bust down every barrier and actually succeed. It doesn't matter if you're looking for 10 grand or looking for millions for expansion. This formula will work in any of those scenarios. And if you want to grow faster than you are growing, and you're wise enough to know that you need money to do it, then you are in the right place, because that's what we're going to be talking about. And those who will use the money to help others and make a difference, you are in the right place. If you are trying to use my system that I'm going to show you to get a bunch of money from the creditors and lenders that you're never going to pay back and scam people, you are in the wrong place. This is specifically for people that are legitimately recognizing problems and trying to build real businesses to help people and solve problems. So if you have a good heart, if your intentions are pure, then all of these things we'll be talking about today. And if any of these fit you, well, then that's how exactly you know you're in the right place. By the way, a lot of you are going to have questions and comments. Keep in mind, I will literally have, I don't even know, hundreds and hundreds, maybe even 1,000 people on here today. So that being said, if you have questions, I'm not ignoring you. I will get to your questions at the end. For the sake of time, I'm going to make it through this. We're going to go maybe, I don't know, we'll go through this, and then I'm going to open this up, and I'll make sure that all of your questions are answered. And again, if you're just coming in the chat, give me a shout out. Tell me where you're coming in from. Give me your company name, because I'd like to be able to give you a shout out a little bit later. So my goal for today is very simple. I'm going to help you access unlimited capital through business credit. Business credit is the only financial solution on the planet that gives you unlimited access once you unlock the formula and figure it out. A loan has a cap on how much you're going to get. A credit line has a cap. Business credit, there is no cap. So this literally could be the unlimited amount that you need to be able to fund the business. I'm going to show you how to get the first $250,000 of that, the first $250,000 in 6 months or less. And I'm going to show you how to get approved even if you think there is no way that you are going to, even if you've been denied, even if what you think financially is unrealistic. I'm going to show you how you can use this exact same system to get the result you're trying to get. So a little bit about me. My name is Ty Crandall, CEO at Credit Suite. I'm featured all over the place, right? Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC. I'm on news stations all the time. Entrepreneur Inc., Forbes magazine as well. I've written 2 of the best-selling books on credit, including the best-selling book ever on business credit called Business Credit Decoded. And by the way, that was published 11 years ago. To show you how that was when I published the book, not when I started this process. So I only tell you this just so you know that I have the knowledge to have this conversation with you. I talk about this worldwide. I'm not somebody that just did this for myself and now I'm throwing up a TikTok video to teach it. I've got a lot of knowledge here. So I'm just showing you that just to tell you a little bit about my knowledge and experience. But that's not where I started. This is where I actually started. So let me tell you about what brought me to you today. So I started my first business was a mortgage company. And the reason I started my business was very simple. I wanted to have kids and I wanted to be present for my kids. My mom and dad are fantastic. I mean, 2 of the best parents you could ever ask for. But my dad worked his butt off. He was working all the time, late in the evening on weekends. There was moments, honestly, where I kind of didn't know if he'd even wanted to be around me because he was working so much. And I swore when I was very young that I would always do something in my life that allowed me the freedom to be present with my kids, to take my kids on vacations that we really couldn't take when I was a kid because my dad was working all the time, or to go to all their sporting events. That was what was very important. So I created a mortgage company, built it, a lot of blood, sweat, tears. Maybe you can relate, a lot of late night hours, right? Go to, wife goes to bed and I'm still up working 3-4 hours after that in the middle of the night to make the thing work. Right? Built it up, built it to $1 million, a level that a lot of us would like to get to. And then the mortgage crisis occurred. And out of left field, I saw what it was like to build a business with blood, sweat, tears, and endless amounts of hours. And something comes out of left field, completely out of my control, like COVID per se, and then completely disrupted my entire business. I mean, what I did, jumbo loans went away overnight. So I then went through this process of shutting down the business, of laying off employees. It was extremely painful. And I used a lot of my personal funds to keep my employees employed longer than as long as I could. I don't know if that's a regret I have or not, but that's exactly how I handled it. But unfortunately, I personally guaranteed my business debts. So the business debtors came after me personally. They literally cleaned the money out of my bank account. It was there one day. The next day it was negative because all my checks bounced because they pulled all the money out of my bank account. They reported business debts on my credit. My credit was ruined. I remember 2 of my lowest moments of my life. I remember standing in my family room, moving out of the house that had been built to raise our kids. And my wife at the time saying, hey, hugging me with the lights of the moving truck outside and saying, why is this happening? And she's crying and I'm crying. And I say, I don't know. And the reality is, it's just there's something about that feeling of knowing that your obligation is to support your family and then not being able to do that. Like the failure that instills it. It's really astonishing. And beyond that, I remember trying to bounce bad checks or trying to pass bad checks just to get my electric turned on many months later. I mean, it was a really, really, really low point in my life. But it was also the point in my life where I and this might sound cliche, but literally I stopped doing business to make money and I started doing business to help people. I can't explain it, but when you have so much pain like that you experience in your life, you just want to try to rescue other people from that kind of pain. Anything you can do. So I opened a consumer credit company, Elite Credit, and I got in the business of helping people fix their credit because mine was trashed through all of this as well. Along the way, people started to ask me about business credit. I started to dive in late at night to try to figure it out. There was nothing about there. There was no YouTube. There was no TikTok at the time. There was no YouTube videos. There was nothing about this topic. And I dug and dug and dug and started to discover what business credit was. And when I discovered it, I was frustrated because it could have saved me all that heartache. But then I realized my parents raised me to never complain about a problem unless you're willing to propose a solution. And so then that's what I started to do. I started to learn about business credit in real time. This was over 12 years ago. And I started to teach it. At the time, I called it Duns and Bradstreet. I didn't even know what Dun and Bradstreet was. I would get up there and I would teach. There's still webinars out there that are completely, everything's wrong because I'm learning it in real time as I'm trying to figure this thing out. And I started teaching the world, and I started using business credit to grow my business. And business credit helped me grow my business back to six figures, to make 100,000. And then I grew it to multiple hundreds of thousands. And I used business credit to get to $1 million business. And I've used business credit to grow to a $10 million plus business, to an 8-figure business. And the result of all of that was it gave me exactly why I dumped and started this to begin with. It gave me the freedom that I wanted. I now get to take all these super cool vacations with my kids, whether we're hanging out with seals in the Bahamas, or whether we're racing cars through the desert outside of Las Vegas, or riding horses on some random beach in one of our crazy trips on a quest to find the best water parks in the world. That is what we try to hunt down. This is my life. I finally got used business credit to accomplish what meant the most to me, which was getting time with my kids. And I still get to go to every single one of their sporting events. I was just telling my sales team earlier today, I will be the one that cuts out of here at 3 to go watch my son's basketball game. Don't worry, I'll be back later at that night to work. But again, it's very important to me because business credit helped deliver this to me. And it's why I'm here today telling you. So it took me 12 plus years to discover all of this. And I did this the hardest way. You may even be able to relate to all of the wrong things I did to discover what I'm actually going to reveal to you today. So if you've done this too, if you've learned the hard way, if you've struggled, it's not your fault. The reason for that is that a lot of the information out there is bogus. The lenders and credit issuers have things they try to keep secret from us. And when I got started on this path to open up the curtains and reveal it, I didn't know how deep the well went. The credit reports they're using, the secret databases, and the third-party data aggregators that are collecting information about us, how lenders use all this privileged information to make decisions about us. And today, we're going to even the score. We're going to fix this. We're actually going to not make you go through the struggles that I've had to go through for decade plus to try to figure this out. I'm just going to lay it out for you so you can actually succeed. So when you get this right, this is exactly what it looks like. This is Josh Elledge, and there's several points of this I want to point out, because this could very well be you, and probably will, after we get through and give you the results that you need to get. So, quote, one thing that's beautiful about Credit Suite is that you start with baby steps. The first thing we did is get a couple of revolving credit lines and store credit. Then we graduated to gas cards. Then we ended up getting a very, very nice line of credit at Amazon. And then we worked our way up to getting a very, very nice SBA loan. Thanks to Credit Suite, we were able to really get our finances in order from what looks good to potential lenders and potential creditors. And we became very attractive to lenders. The best options are always available to those that have their credit game locked down. And that's what the Credit Suite platform allows you to do. We've been able to make smart investments in staffing, marketing systems, sales systems, product development. These things before Credit Suite, we just really couldn't do. I don't have to stress out as much anymore because we have money in the bank to take advantage of opportunities. I'm not stressed anymore. I can keep a bank account that's plenty of cushion in there. And that cushion, just honestly, it makes me a better dad. It makes me a better husband because I'm not stressing out. I can relate to this. There's so many times in growing a business, I haven't been present with my kids. My kids are there. They're talking to me, dad, dad, dad. And I'm like, yeah. And I completely am out mentally of the conversation because I'm trying to focus on making payroll. And then I've been on the other side, where I have plenty of money in the bank and I could go leave my company for a week or 2 weeks, take my kids on a really cool vacation, and come back and know everything is stable. And as Josh says, it just makes you a better father. It makes you a better spouse. It makes you a better parent when you can be present, when you have access to money. Josh also points out exactly what we're going to talk about during these 3 secrets. He set his business up the right way. He started to obtain business credit, got unlimited access to business credit, and then got an SBA loan that he then used to build a multi-million-dollar business, pivoting from PR like he was doing into a LinkedIn system. So if this makes sense, if this rings a bell, this could very well be the kind of success you're experiencing with this as well. So let's talk about the way not to do it, right? This is the way I've done it the last 12 plus years. Gone to a bank and hope to get approved, apply for a credit card and pray that you don't hit that dreaded message that you'll hear by mail in 7 to 10 days, get lost with online loan options, not knowing which one can work for us, getting turned down again and again and again, and not understanding why, not knowing exactly what it takes to get approved, failing to get the money that we actually need because we're not lendable, nobody believing in our ability to grow a successful business enough to give us the capital we need to be able to grow the business. This is what I dealt with. Trying to come out of a failed business with my credit ruined and no revenue and trying to fight this uphill battle to get capital. This is exactly what we are trying to solve. This is the hardest way for us to try to get money. And we're going to break through all of that today. I'm going to go about 90 minutes in total, and then I'm going to open this up to questions to make sure that I stick around so all of the questions that you may have are actually answered while we're on the training. And again, give me a shout out. Tell me where you're coming in from. Always love to hear that. I will get to your questions, but I'm going to wait to the end because most of what you're going to ask, I'm going to cover as we dive into this training. So let's talk about these 3 secrets. First, we're going to decode the fundability framework. This is how to make your business more fundable. This is what stops you from getting denied. This is what gets you automated approvals. We understand what the banks want. And we start giving them exactly their computers what they want to get us automated approvals. And then we have lenders chase us. And what I mean by that is called pre-screened offers. We need to stop chasing banks and begging them to give us money. What we want to do is we want them to chase us with pre-screened offers, begging us to do business with them, knowing it's competitive and they're trying to vie for our business. I'm going to teach you this. The second thing we're going to dive into is the business credit blueprint. I'm going to show you how to use the exact step-by-step system that every one of the largest publicly and privately owned companies has used to get unlimited access to business credit. Look, we may think that big companies get money because they're big companies. That's not true. They're following a very consistent set of steps that any business can actually follow to exceed. I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you real credit reports from the biggest companies to startups and show you how they're following the exact same steps to be able to get the results. I'm going to map out this blueprint. Then we're going to come and find the fortunes in funding. With funding fortunes, we're going to talk about how you can then use the business credit to get the money that you need, the funding, the loans, the credit lines when you need it, aka on demand. Look, it doesn't matter if we can get the money when it does help us. We have to get the money we need when we need it. It's called funding on demand, and I'm going to unlock that for you today. This is what we're going to dive into during these 3 secrets. So let's talk about the very first, fundability framework, how to make your business more fundable, stop denials, get automated approvals, and have lenders chase you. So I'm going to tell you a little story. I met a woman a long time ago when I was just trying to get my business off the ground. My mortgage business had crashed. My personal credit was horrible. I had no money, 0 cash. My bank accounts were cleared out. On my stock, I had no assets, nothing left. And I'm trying to build a business that had limited revenue. And by the way, in a credit repair industry, the highest risk industry you could probably look at. And of course, I'm trying to get business credit and getting denied. So I run into this woman, Megan Christensen, and I tell her what's going on. And I say, yeah, my credit's bad and I have no revenue and banks won't help me because of this stuff. And I'll never forget it because she leaned into me and she goes, that's not why you're getting turned down. And I said, what do you mean? My credit's bad, my revenue, this is the reason I'm getting charged. She goes, nope. She goes, let me tell you something about me. She goes, I am the number 1 banker, and she is number 1 banker at Wells Fargo Bank and the country for businesses. And she goes, I'll tell you what front-end bankers won't tell you. The reason for the majority of applications we deny have nothing to do with your credit. It's not your income. It's not your time in business. It's none of that. What it is it's actually the credibility of your business. It's how your business looks. We're looking for a general sniff test, per se, to see how credible your business is. If you do these things, then we see you as credible and we start to approve you. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. There's no way it could be that simple. So I did what she said. I went through and started fixing the things and doing the things that she said to do. And sure enough, I came out and started getting approval after approval after approval after approval. And this is how I funded the initial stages of my new business launch, was fixing the things that were actually getting me denied. And it wasn't the stuff that I thought that it typically would be. So the very first thing we have to do is we have to understand what lenders really want from us. The number 1 concern they have is they are trying to avoid fraud. We forget about this, but it's true. So the number one reason applications for credit financing get denied is because they think they're fraudulent. Our information's inconsistent. They try to look us up online. They can't find our business matches exactly, and we're not credible. We're using all the wrong information. We're using a sole proprietorship or a home address or a Gmail email address, or we don't have a license or a business bank account. So we've got to first understand that what lenders want is a credible business. Here, I'll give you some examples. Here's Bankrate, one of the biggest authorities in the space of credit financing. Quote, the number one thing you can do to secure the best loan is to make sure your business looks like a low-risk borrower to lenders, unquote. That sums it up, is what it comes down to. You see, we're applying for credit, we're applying for financing, and we're getting denied it because we think it's because of things like our credit score. But it's not. The reality is our business isn't even structured correctly. We don't look legit. We don't look credible. It's why we get denied. Here's another example of this. Entrepreneur. They call it credibility currency. We look at Forbes. Forbes talks about one aspect of fundability, basically the industry you're in. Quote, why would one industry qualify for more overall funding than another? Well, lenders consider businesses with some industries to be less risky and more likely to repay their debts, unquote. This is directly from Forbes. So this is just based on the industry. What Forbes is saying is if we take one of what we found over 120 fundability factors, just your industry, that one factor and one factor alone can get you denied or get you approved for higher approval amounts just because you're in a low-risk industry. All of this comes down to the point number one. Lenders want a credible business. They want to lend a business or a person that is credible. So we've got to build our business and structure it the right way where it's credible. Now, this graphic you see here is called our fundability matrix. This is what our team uses to help our clients become fundable. We found there's over 120 aspects to fundability, but what you care about the most is right here, what we call the foundation of your business. You've got to set up the structure, the basic structure of your business where you look reputable. A business address is more credible than a home address. A business phone number or a separate phone number for your business is more credible than a mobile phone. An info@creditsuite.com email is more credible than a Gmail address. Having a business bank account, credible. Personal bank account, not credible. Business license, credible. No business license, not credible. Merchant account, credible. Non-merchant account, no ability to accept Visa card, MasterCard, not credible. Professional website for our business, credible. No website, bad designed website, non-credible. You're starting to get the idea. So what we've got to do is we've got to understand that what lenders want, step one, they want a credible business. Step two, let's structure our business where it's credible. So let me give you an example. Do you know what your NAICS code is? Do you even know the industry that you're in? If I ask you to tell me the number of your industry code, your NAICS code, would you know it? Most don't. So think about this one thing. This is one point of fundability to my point. If you don't know what industry you're in and you go and you tell a lender or a credit issuer that, hey, I don't know, I'm in real estate, for example, right? There's 30 subcategories to real estate, 30 of them. Transportation has 100 subcategories of transportation. If you say I'm in the transportation industry, you're making them choose which of 100 industries that you're actually in. And they do choose. They choose a high risk one. Now, all of a sudden, you're trying to get credit, you're trying to get financing, and they see you as high risk, and the well goes deep on this one. Lenders and credit issuers will treat you differently because you're high risk. The IRS looks at the industry you're in, and they compare your expenses against others in your industry to decide if they should do audits. Now, you're getting potentially flagged for audits just because your expenses don't match because your industry is incorrect. The bureaus actually consider a lot of industries to be high risk. They have comparison scores to compare you to other people in your industry. You get the idea. I could sit here for an hour and just tell you on the choosing the wrong industry or not knowing your own NAICS code on how that one factor can adversely affect your ability to get money. So we've got to structure our business where we understand that our name doesn't reflect we're in a high-risk industry and we know what our NAICS or high-risk code is. All these things I'll talk to you later about how to get done. But again, the idea here is that you've got to structure your business the right way. And then the next thing we've got to do is we've got to get and control the secret data and credit reports that lenders use. This is mind-blowing to me, and let me tell you the story behind this. We went to get an SBA loan. They asked if you ever been convicted of a misdemeanor and felony. I said, no, I'm a pretty straight shooter. I don't get arrested, right? So they came back to me and said, you lied to us. You've got multiple misdemeanors on your credit report. I didn't even know what they were talking about. I literally had to pull a background check on myself to even figure it out. And what ultimately happened when I was a 19-year-old kid, I did a wheelie to impress a female police officer in an attempt to get her phone number. It seemed like a really good idea at the time because she was a very attractive female police officer. But unfortunately, I got arrested. And the sad part of the story is she couldn't give her phone number to people that she had arrested. So that was a bad idea all to begin with. But then what happened is now I'm 20 years later, and this thing results in multiple misdemeanors that then come back and almost get me denied from the loan. They got that from a credit report called LexisNexis. They also asked me to collateralize my home, come to find out because of a judgment that was on my LexisNexis credit report that wasn't even accurate. I had it removed. They removed the stipulation. So many things. Your LexisNexis credit report has every address you've ever had, every phone number you've ever had, every email address, the building materials of your home, your homeowners association, the title company you used to close the loan, the interest rates you paid, every car you've ever owned, the VIN number for the car, every insurance policy, every time you've ever been arrested, every speeding ticket you've ever had, every license you've had issued, every license that you've had revoked, every business you've ever been associated with, the credit applications you've applied for, your marriage license, your divorce license. You get the idea. And mine is over 300 pages deep. We think that they see our TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports. That's not accurate. They are looking at that. They're also looking at Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, Equifax. They're looking at PayNet. They're looking at CreditSafe. They're looking at LexisNexis. They're looking at check systems. Did you even know that there's an entire credit report in Score just based on how you manage your bank account? Do you think that a lender's going to look at that? Yeah, of course they are. But you don't even know it exists. You're not even able to access the thing. So this is the other part of this, is you got to know that they are getting this data from these other privileged report sources. Then they're using all this data to make decisions about you that you don't even realize that they actually have the data to begin with. Okay, so we've got to get these reports. We've got to understand them. We've got to control the data on there. Now, fast forward. I got my LexisNexis credit report. I disputed everything. I removed association with industries that they thought were high risk. I removed the judgments from my LexisNexis credit report. I cleared up anything that would become a future issue. And guess what? Now I'm able to come in and get SBA loans in less than a week's time. That's crazy. Okay, but it happens because I understand where they get their data and I'm able to clean up that data. Now, when you do these things right, now we apply with confidence and we start to see that all these people, we start to get all these credit cards and again, unlimited access to business credit. This person right here has got, I don't know, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There's like 50 credit cards right there, right? So you start to get all this unlimited access to business credit once you figure this thing out, once you accept the fact that you're not getting denied because you don't qualify. Let me repeat, you are not getting denied because you don't qualify. You're getting denied because you don't look credible. So when you build the credibility and you improve the fundability, now you look credible. Now you start getting automated approvals. Now you start getting pre-screened offers in the mail. It's the difference maker of getting denied and getting approved. It took me a long time to figure this out. I can't tell you how the hundreds of conferences that I go to learn from them, the big banks. The one on the left here, FinTech Meetup, this was all banks. The whole thing, the whole purpose of it was banks to come in, FinTech and big conventional banks. I think on the stage is Citi, Chase, and Bank of America. And I sit and listen, conference after conference after conference to learn what they're teaching about how it actually works. I'm not even supposed to be there. It's not these aren't even conferences that are designed for everyday people. They're designed for bankers to go to. And I go blend into the bankers world. I was even on a panel. I don't even know. They thought I was a bank. I'm sitting on a panel with other bankers, basically revealing to everybody what these guys don't let those people to know. So it's taken me a decade plus to figure all this out from all of these places, but getting in their heads, talking to thousands of bankers, going to their conferences, this is where I started to figure out this entire formula along with the help of Megan and be able to put it to a point where it actually makes sense. Now, let me show you what happens when you get this right. Here's the samples. Quote, we went to our bank to get a business line of credit. They turned us down. We got started with Credit Suite. We set up our business creditably, and we built our business credit. After following the steps, we now secured over $96,000 in business credit cards and just applied for the Platinum Amex and got it approved with no limit. Now we have 4 to 5 different companies call us every day trying to give us money, and that's a really good problem to have. We're excited, and if we don't have business credit yet, you should get involved with Credit Suite to have the same results we have. The samples, you know what happened? One thing. We updated their Secretary of State record to match the data that's on their application. One fundability point, one thing we changed. They went back and they got the loan that they had actually got turned down for. And then on top of that, they also went from getting turned down from credit card to getting a no limit Amex because one fundability aspect was changed. Now let's take another look. So let's take a look here at Herman Dulce. Quote, with Credit Suite, your one-on-one consultant calls you within 24 hours of signing up. They call at least 5 times a week in the first 2 weeks. Even after that, even though it's been several years, I've been with them. My one-on-one consultant still calls me every other Wednesday without fail, and that's absolutely incredible. My favorite line of credit I got using Credit Suite is a $10,000 Amazon card I use to purchase things low and sell high on different marketplaces. I was also able to get a $40,000 Amex card. None of my accounts show up on my personal credit report, so if I max them out, it doesn't hurt me personally. So I was able to purchase 2 properties in Cleveland, Ohio, and it's been a blessing. Herman's very typical of one of our clients. The guy is managing multiple businesses at the same time using business credit to do it. He also was denied. We fixed his fundability, and then he turned around and he started to get basically nothing other than approvals from that point on. This is very important. When you get this correct, then you're able to get approved. And by the way, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't matter if you're a nonprofit. It doesn't matter if you're in transportation, real estate, financial services, e-commerce, manufacturing, construction, technology. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. This is the reason that all of us get denied for credit financing. We fix this one thing, we start turning denials into approvals. As the samples say, hey, we get solicited 4 to 5 times every day with offers. That's a really good problem to have. How do you go from getting denied to them pre-screening offers and sending them to you? It's all in the fundability. That's where the power is. You get this right, it's what turns these denials into approvals. And you get an idea here of what this looks like. Here's multiple approvals here with Quick Trip. Here's a $1,000 approval, a $3,000 approval. Hey, trust the process. It definitely works here from LA Taylor. $20,000 approval limit here, $10,000 to $20,000 in less than 2 months' time. Guess why? She figured out fundability. When you get fundability right, all of a sudden it's like the floodgates start opening, right? So here we go. Here, this person's launching a Turo business and just got approved for a $350,000 no personal guarantee auto financing. Think about that. No personal guarantee auto financing approval for $350,000. Think about it. If you're in the transportation industry, could that make a difference? Yeah, probably so. All of this comes after figuring out fundability. You figure out fundability, this is the type of results that you're able to get. And by the way, because you couldn't zoom in on that 350, I went ahead and zoomed in for you. Due to your business profile and credit, we are pleased to offer you a pre-approval of $350,000 for your financing needs. Here you go. You're reading it right here. It's in big, bold black right there. That is what a $350,000 no personal credit check, no personal guarantee approval looks like once you get fundability nailed down. And by the way, it even says, due to your business credit profile and score. So once we fix fundability, we start to get to that second step and started to get approval. So this is how you make your business more fundable. It's how we stop denials. It's how we turn on automated approvals and how we literally have lenders start to chase us. Which brings me to secret number 2, the business credit blueprint. Now, I want to show you how you get the exact same blueprint that the largest companies use to get unlimited access to credit. Let me tell you how I discovered this thing. So as I started to get approvals after Megan told me about fundability, I fixed my fundability. I started to get some approvals. And then I got a little bit of an ego. I thought I could go out and do the impossible. So I went to Staples and their application said, whoa, sir, whoa. You need $1 million in revenue in 3 years' time in business to get this credit card. And I said, no, I don't. I'm fundable, my fine sir. So I went in and I applied and I got denied. And I wasn't surprised, honestly, because they said I needed $1 million in revenue in 3 years of business and I didn't have it. So I called Staples up and I said, hey, man, what's going on? I'm so shocked. Why would you turn me down? And I expected the guy to tell me it was my revenue and my time in business, but he didn't. What he said was very interesting. He said, well, sir, I can't even find that you have a business credit profile. That's why you got turned down. I said, well, that can't be right. I said, I do have one. Did you check my DUNS number? He says, I don't have your DUNS number. I said, well, here's my DUNS number. He said, okay, give me a minute. He went off the phone for less than a minute. He came back. He goes, I checked your DUNS number. Everything looks good. I just got you approved for a $10,000 limit Staples account. I said, okay, thanks. He said, you'll get your cards in the mail. He said, I got to read this disclosure. Read some disclosures to me. And I got off the phone. I thought, that's so weird. Like, I just got approved, even though the application clearly said I needed $1 million in revenue in 3 years in business. I don't even know what just happened. I said, okay, I'm feeling good. Let me roll the dice. I'll try Office Depot. I tried Office Depot. I got denied. Okay, no big deal. Been down this road, called Office Depot. Said, hey, here's the deal. Gave you my DUNS number. What's up? And of course, I expected them to say revenue, credit. They didn't know. Now, what they said was interesting. He said, you don't have enough accounts on your business credit report to be able to get approved. And I said, well, that's interesting. How many do I actually need? He said, 8. I said, okay, thank you, and hung up. Now, this is 2 people that I talked to that both said the same thing. They both referenced the number of accounts I had on my business credit report. They did not reference my time in business or my income or my time in business. So I was like, that actually can't be. And they actually told me how many accounts I needed to be able to get approved. So I got 8 accounts, and I went back to Office Depot and I applied, and sure enough, I got approved. Now, keep in mind, I'm at this point like 100,000 in revenue. I'm months into opening my business. They tell me I need $1 million in income in 3 years' time in business. I had neither of those, and I got approved. So what happened was I started to go through this, and every time I would talk to an underwriter, how many accounts do I need to get approved? And I would start logging this on an Excel log. And the result of that is I created something called the tiering system. The tiering system is a tier of what credit you can get in each stage of the process. What I started to realize was that even though Staples only needed 5 accounts to approve me, Office Depot needed 8. So they were 2 different tiers. If I had 5 accounts, I could get approved for all of these, but I couldn't get all these. All these required 8 accounts. So they were in another tier from this one. And so I created this tiering system to basically help myself navigate through the business credit building process. And sure enough, once I did this, I stopped getting denied. Because what happened was I was only ever applying for the credit that I could actually get approved for. So look, the problem with business credit is that you will be issued a failing score if you have no credit. And I want to show you this because this changes everything. I mean, everything changes when you understand this one principle. Because not only does the tiering system tell you that how many accounts to have on your credit report before applying for the next accounts, but it also does something that blew my mind when I started to actually dive in and figure it out. So first of all, you're going to be issued a failing score if you have no credit. This is a failing score. Okay, it's 6 zeros as low as I go. 6 is pretty high risk, as high risk as you can get. You can see how high risk it is. By the way, this score literally depicts your risk of going bankrupt, shutting your doors, like closing down your business, right? So pretty high risk. So we can see here, though, that if I had 1 account, I go from high risk to low risk. Now I'm all the way up here. That's good. Here's what's interesting. Check this out. The 1 account got me from bad score to good score. And it got me from bad credit to good credit. But check this out. As I started to add more accounts, I started to see something change on my credit reports. Here we see this thing called credit limit recommendation. This is the credit bureau telling lenders how much money they should lend to me. And I had no credit. So you go from 1,000, then you add an account, and then you get up to 2,500, 2.5 times the credit limit. Then all of a sudden, this person's got, and these are not my credit reports, these are all different ones, $7,000 credit limit recommendation with 2 accounts. Then we've got somebody here with a $16,000 credit limit recommendation with 3 accounts. Now we're up to $65,000 recommendation of credit with 1, 2, 3, 4 accounts. All the way up to somebody that has 15 accounts and has $724,000 in recommended credit. What I found is that not only does the tiering system tell you the credit to apply for in the right order, but as you add more accounts to your business credit reports, the credit limit recommendation climbs and climbs and climbs and climbs and climbs. And with that recommendation goes up, your approval amounts go up, 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 up too. Your credit card limits go from $5,000 to 10 to 20 to 30 to 50,000. Okay, your loans get higher, your credit limits get higher, credit line limits get higher. So this tiering system is basically the secret methodology of not only how to get approved for credit, but it's also everything that you actually need as well to come in and to be able to actually get higher and higher and higher approval amounts. So the first stage, we've got to get initial credit. There's two ways to do it. We can use what are called starter vendors. These vendors will give us credit when we have none. They report the credit to the business credit reporting agencies. Those are the two things that make them unique. We can also use a program called Credit Line Hybrid, where we do have good personal credit. We're using that good personal credit to then actually be able to come in and be able to get personally guaranteed credit lines that report to the reporting agencies. So Credit Line Hybrid requires good credit. Starter vendors don't require any good credit. Okay, the bottom line is one of those two things we've got to do. And when we do it, we get a handful of accounts on our business credit reports and scores. Once we have that, we have what I call the trifecta. We have trade lines, accounts reporting on our business credit reports and scores, or on our business credit reports. That gives us a business credit profile. That gives us a business credit score. And with trade lines, a credit profile, and a credit score, then we're able to move on to the next step, which is starting to monitor, to watch these business credit reports, to watch these accounts on there. So in order to build business credit, we have to monitor business credit because we've got to get accounts and then watch our reports and watch those accounts report on our reports. So once we're able to do that, then we know when we can move to the next tier of credit. Now, this is unfortunately harder for us to do than what it used to be. And what I mean by that is that used to be that when I started getting into this, business credit reports today are about $250 a month from the bureaus direct. Then NAV came about. Yay, NAV. NAV was cheap. They were like less than $30 a month. We could get our credit reports for the first time from all three bureaus. That was awesome, right? Well, now NAV is kind of falling apart. What I mean by that is their Equifax data is no good. It's not reliable. It stopped working for our clients. Like they get stuff that goes on Equifax and NAV's reports don't show it. They're losing D&B at the end of the year. They're not even going to have D&B's data. And they doubled, even tripled the price on some of their products. So it's a little bit more difficult. They're only going to work for you if you work with them now as a tentative solution. We took another step. What we do with our clients actually were the only company in the world that actually uses bank business credit reports, the same credit reports banks use. And then we actually use those bank credit reports to be able to then understand what banks see and be able to help them better build business credit. But you have to keep in mind, and I'll talk to you about how you can tap into that later as well. But you have to keep in mind that you've got to monitor the results. I don't care how you do it, but you've got to see accounts on your business credit reports because that will give you what you need to move to the next tier. And the next thing is you got to start moving to retail and fleet credit. Now, keep in mind, retail and fleet credit themselves aren't the tier. Remember, Staples approved me with 5 accounts. Office Depot needed 8. They are 2 different tiers, even though they are both retailers. But when we have a handful of accounts on our business credit reports, it starts to open up fleet credit. It starts to open up retail credit. So retail credit is credited at every major retailer: Sam's Club, Costco, Office Depot, Staples, Home Depot, Lowe's, Nordstrom, Macy's offers business credit. Apple does. HP, Dell, the HP, Dell, Apple do. I mean, you get the idea. Most major retailers, Best Buy, John Deere, any you can mention, they offer some kind of corporate credit. Fleet credit is Shell, it's BP, it's Chevron, Sunoco, Conoco. It's fuel stations, it's repair, it's maintenance of vehicles. So the type of credit we get here depends on what our need is. In my case, I was building a credit company, so I needed office supplies. That's why Office Depot and Staples were so important to me. I needed revolving credit. I needed to be able to get computers. I needed to be able to get office furniture. I needed to be able to get printers and stamps. All of that stuff, that's the kind of credit I needed. Christine's in the transportation industry. She got Chevron, she got Sunoco, she got BP. She started to get fuel and repair and maintenance and auto financing to buy more trucks. So the type of credit you get here is relative to the type of business that you're actually building. Okay, so if you don't mind, in the chat, type in exactly what kind of credit would work best for you. Like, think about a retailer and be like, man, this would work great for me. and then type that in. Just say, hey, yeah, I mean, this could help me. This is the type of retailer. I'm curious to see what kind. And Darnell says, yeah, NAV is like $49, $50. And Darnell's sad. I'm sad too, Darnell. NAV worked great for us until they stopped. And we just 86 them, unfortunately. So transportation, for example, cash credit. We'll talk about that. Office, leisure, staples, building supplies, right? Okay, BP, gas. Okay, so you get the idea. Everybody has a different type of credit that's going to work better for you. It's not going to be the same as what works for me. Now, the next step, we just actually heard here, universal credit, that's the final step of the process here. Once we start to get retail credit, fleet credit, use it, then we get about 14 accounts on our business credit reports. Then we get to universal credit. We get the Visa cards. We get the MasterCards. We get the what we call universal or cash credit. And then we also get auto financing here without the guarantee and credit check. We get $185,004 like Christine did. Or we look at that approval from, I didn't get the person's name, and I looked at $350,000 approval for auto financing without a guarantee and credit check. This is where we get to the final stage of the process. The key to success here is navigating through those tiers and making sure that we're following and applying for credit in the right order. Applying for credit, basically, we know we're going to get approved for. And if we do that, then that is the key to success. That is the key for us to actually get approved. Now we no longer need to apply and keep getting denied. Now we don't make some progress, get more denials, guess who will approve us, and then guess wrong and get denied, get frustrated and quit. This is the cycle on why everybody quits building business credit. When you try to do it on your own and you listen to overnight gurus that know nothing about what's going on and they give you bad information, this is what happens. You apply, you get some results, right? Then you get denials, and then you get frustrated eventually and you quit. This is why people quit building business credit ultimately right here. And we're going to eliminate all of that just by understanding the secret formula and understanding it all comes down to this new way, a better way of doing things, which is following through these tiers. And you can see we've helped 50,000 business owners through this process. This is a look at our software we use to help our clients through it. You can see we practice what we preach, right? We're talking about fundability right away. We're getting them set up the reporting agencies. Then we start to jump into tier one. Then just like I told you, we get them their business credit monitoring. Then tier two, tier three, tier four. This is how we help clients get hundreds of thousands of dollars in business credit in 6 months, where other people are trying 3 years to get a fraction of that. It's because you have to understand that there's a tiered system based on how many accounts you have on your business credit reports. Once you figure that out and are only applying for accounts you have enough on your credit report to qualify for, then you stop the denials and you start getting approved. Here's an example of what it looks like when you get it right. Quote, I believe the Business Finance Suite, by the way, that's the software I just showed you, is the best step-by-step paint-by-number system to securing anywhere from 50 to 250,000 in business credit that reports on your business credit report and helps you separate your personal and business credit. What I like most is you have access to actual coaches that will take you by the hand and walk you through the system and answer specific questions that you have related to your business. It's just an amazing opportunity for business owners. So Kylan was a gym teacher, and we helped him use business credit to launch a multi-million-dollar business in the financial industry once he understood the tiers to build business credit. He tried, he failed. We came in, we got him fundable, we broke down the tiers for him, and he started to able to come through and started to get approved, got enough money to go on his own, built a sales team, and built a multi-million-dollar business as a result of that. Here's what it looks like when you start to get it right? Here's an American Express approval. Was approved for this 2022 Hyundai Santa Fe through Ally. No personal guarantee, no money down. All they asked for was my driver's license. Here's my DMV. Here's my Experian. Look what she's saying. She's telling you how many trade lines she has. Good student, right? She understands that it all comes down to the trade lines. Here's another approval for $10,000. Another one from Chase for $15,000. Increase my Amazon credit limit an additional $5,000. Okay, it talks about this will help my business tremendously. Started out at $1,500 and now it's $10,000. So she understood this, and now she's able to go from a low approval amount, $1,500, up to a $10,000 approval amount. And they just keep coming. City for $12,000, just approved for Sunbelt Rentals for $10,000. So you can see, we'll show you a lot of these. I've got hundreds of these on our website as well, but this is what happens when you get that system down. And yes, all of this works for restaurants, landscaping, automotive, nonprofits, hospitality, health and beauty, and fitness. Look, I will get to Q&A, and I almost assure you that someone will say, hey, I'm in this industry or I'm a nonprofit. Will this work for me? The answer is overwhelmingly yes. That's the whole point. The point of this secrets is that it works for every industry. If you own a business in the United States, I don't even care if you live in Canada and don't have a social. If you have a business in the United States, this will work for you. It works for everybody. It's just a matter of understanding the secret formula that they're looking for and making sure that you meet that criteria. Here's a 7-Eleven fleet application. Notice this is the applicant's information they're asking for. There ain't no social security number. There's no revenue or no personal income being asked for. Here's a Dell application. They're not asking us for any collateral. They're not asking us to verify income. There's nothing here that says we've got to some documents, right? Here's another approval. Walked into Sam's Club, applied, and got approved for $10,000. No document showed or anything. Got approved for the first vehicle last month. It got approved with Ally for or no money down. 2022 Ford Explorer. Yes, this is a different person. Yes, this is a different auto financing approval without a personal guarantee and credit check. Hey, here's my favorite part of this one. Then got the finance manager as a new client. Whoop, whoop. How awesome is that? To get a car loan, gets approved with no money down, no personal guarantee for a new car. Okay, she's got credit cards here, $10,000, no limit. And the finance manager says, how the heck did you do that? And then she gets the person as a client to teach him how to build business credit because we have a partner program that does that. So this is what happens when you start tying all these things together. $25,000 approval here from First Tech Credit Union. Instant with Uline for a net 30. Quill for $500 limit here. Finally got Dell after being denied twice. Yeah, guess why? She got her fundability right and understood the tier system. She applied for Dell too early in the process. Once Will understood tiers, then Will was able to turn around and go from denial to approval. Okay, so again, now we've got 16 credit lines. So now that he's realizing that all these are referencing the number of trade lines they have, because once they figure out the actual tiers, then they're able to start coming in and stop those denials and start getting approved. You see the same message on so many of these case studies and testimonials. I was denied. I fixed the stuff, and now I'm approved. It's because they get their fundability right and they understand this tiered system. $20,000, no personal guarantee American Express card, $9,000 American Express card. Here's another one. Hey, thank you very much, Ty. I have received Steve is one of our team members. Let me see. I have been with the company less than a month. Oh, excuse me. I would like to inform you, Mr. Stephen Weibel has been awesome in helping me set up the program with Credit Suite. I've been with the company for less than a month, and I've received a $50,000 credit line with Pilot Flying J. How is that possible in less than a month? Because he understands fundability, and then he understands the tiered system and is able to come in and follow that system to be approved. Here's a $12,000, $500 with Apple. Hey, Ty, just got funding for $12,500 with Apple. Thanks for the great teaching and advice. You rock, right? So it doesn't matter the industry you are. Here's a bunch of cards collected that people are able to get approved for. See, let me ask you, if you think business credit's awesome, just give me a yes in the chat. If you don't mind, I would love to actually hear a little bit more about if you think you getting this. Like if you see business credit, yes, Melody's like, yeah, Carla's, Angel's like, yes. Marsha's like, yes. Kathy's like, yes. Angel's like, yes. Okay, we've got Nye here. I want to learn. So see, this is the key. Look at this. This could be your wallet. Everything I've shown you so far, these are all brand new. $200,000 plus in credit that we're talking about here in this one case study, this one example. So this brings me to funding secret 3, and I call this funding fortunes. It's how to access funding you want when you want it, or get money, what I say, on demand. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit more about how this happened. So what happened was now I start to come in. I start to get business credit. I'm able to succeed. I got my fundability, got my business credit. I'm building it. But now I need to get financing. And so I finally got to a point where I was able to get my first $75,000 loan. Okay, so I got $75,000 in financing. This is going to be backwards, but let me say this, 75K, and it equaled 9K a month in payment. Okay, so this is what it looks like for those that are looking. $75,000, and I had a $9,000 payment. Then what happened was I started to get all of this figured out. And when I did so and got my business credit built and my fundability, I got $325,000. It's all backwards on the screen probably. And my payment was $4,500 a month. My payment was half as much to get an extra $250,000 in funding. We are getting, I can't even use the word, we are getting, how do I say it? I can't say, every word I can think about what's happening to us from lenders is all a bad word that I can't say. We are getting, I can't even say it, but let me just put it this way. It's not good. Like we are paying 30, 40, 50% interest rates when we get funding because we don't have this right. So once we start to figure this out, then all of a sudden I go from a $9,000 a month payment getting 75 grand to a $4,500 payment getting $325,000 in funding. And by the way, I got the $325,000 in funding in less than 3 weeks. The broker that helped me, Blad, my buddy, said, I've never seen this before. I have no idea how you even have the issues you had, credit, the other stuff against me, high risk industry, and you're somehow able to come in and get approved that fast. I've never seen it before. And I'm like, dude, I figured the thing out. It's the 3 secrets. I figured it out. And so once I did that, I was able to come in, and now I'm able to actually get myself to a point where I can get SBA loans in about less than a week. Matter of fact, to give you an up-to-date story of where I am, we are finishing up a 2-week process to get $150,000 from SBA for a business that literally has been open less than 1 year. Okay, so once you figure that out, that's what's possible. We got a business that's been open less than a year. We're getting $150,000 funded in SBA. The money will hit our account this week. So that's what happens when you figure this process out. So here's how it works. There's 3 things lenders look at to approve you: cash flow, credit, and collateral. You either need to have one of those C's to get business funding. And when you have all 3 of the C's, that is exactly what opens you up to being able to get SBA loans. So the very first step of getting cash on demand is you have to figure out where your strengths are. Is your strength that you have consistent revenue and cash flow? Is your strength that you have good personal credit? Is your strength that you have some kind of asset that can be collateral, a vehicle, a real estate, 401k, stocks, bonds, IRAs, inventory, equipment, account receivables? If you have none of those C's, it's okay. Business credit will still get you the capital that you need. But you've got to figure out which of these strengths you have. It's the first step of this process. And the next thing, once we know our strength, then we can find the right funding program. Now we can find a funding program that works for us based on that strength. And then that is how we know the kind of program that will work for us. So let me give you an example. If I have consistent cash flow, now I can get a term loan. Now I can maybe get an SBA loan. I can get revenue lending. I can get a merchant cash advance. I can get an artificial intelligence credit line. So there's a handful of funding I can get just because I have cash flow. Or maybe I have collateral. I can get financing based on my inventory or my equipment or my stocks, my bonds, 401ks. I can get financing to buy a house and flip a house, or to buy a commercial building, or to leverage against a house or a commercial building I have to get money. So now that I know my strength, cash flow, credit, or collateral, now I can start determining the best funding program. And again, by the way, if you have no strength, that's why we build business credit. We're building a lendable strength. That's the whole point of it. And while we're building business credit and using it to fund our business, we're also working on developing those 3 strengths. And then that brings us to finding the best lender. This is called our funding qualification matrix that our internal team uses. There's over 200 points we look at to connect a borrower with the right kind of financing. And once we know this, we say, okay, their strength is cash flow. Revenue lending is the best program. Now let's find a lender. And finding a lender comes down to somebody that will lend to your industry and preferably your time in business. Now, there's other factors, but that's the main ones that we look at. So if we come in and say, okay, you're a good candidate, you've got cash flow, you're a revenue lending client, which lender do we go to? We have over 1,000 to choose from. We are going to go with the lender that is going to work best for your industry. Oh, you're in the pot industry? Okay, we've got a lender to help you in the pot industry. Oh, you're a credit repair? We got a lender that'll help you in credit repair. Oh, you're an over-the-road trucker? Then we've got an industry that'll help, the lender that'll help you. Oh, you're in the beauty industry? Well, this is the best industry for the beauty industry. Oh, you're in financial services? This is the best lender for that financial services. So that is the combination. We've got to find our strength, cash flow, credit, or collateral. Then we can figure out the perfect funding program. And then from there, we can move forward to be able to find the right lender. And that is how we get approved to get funded. And by the way, Zakia here is one of our clients that got $55,000 in funding as a brand new startup business. Not too many. How would you like that? How would you like, if you're a newer business on here, would that be good? Tell me yes if you'd like to get $50,000, $100,000 as a brand new business, to launch a brand new business. Like if that's something that you'd want, go ahead and type into the chat right now. Yes, Joyce says, yeah, I want that. Sandy, yeah. Kara says, yeah, I want that. So you get the idea. We got Darnell's coming in saying yes. So again, the idea here is that once we understand this formula, now we're able to come in and get approved even as a startup business, even as a high-risk business, even if we've been previously denied before. So let's take a look at what happens when you put it all together. Here's Somnath. Quote, my business is Dragon Gym, a martial arts studio that we founded in 1973 by my instructor, Diego, and took over by my partner and I 10 years ago. About a year and a half ago, my business partner and I decided within 18 months we were going to open our second location. We got connected with Credit Suite. We were able to accelerate our timeline and open this location in 6 months instead of 18. Getting the financing meant that we could start fulfilling our dream to have 10 or more locations around the country, unquote. Here's what happened. In 18 months, they opened 3 locations. So they went from wanting to open one other to make 2 to opening another one, and they had 3 locations. COVID hit. They used it to open an online curriculum and create a whole other part of their business. Now they're looking at 5 more locations, and they're looking to franchise their martial arts. This is absurd. I mean, this honestly is absurd. The guy that owned it before them had it for 35 years in one location. They've owned the thing for 10 years, and they're now working on location through 8 and looking at franchising the business. They use this by getting funding. They use multiple funding products, or what we created a concept called funding stacking, where we stack funding because we have so many options to be able to get people more money through multiple sources. Here's another perfect example of funding stacking. Dr. Brandon, okay, was looking for $417,000. He owed the IRS that much money, had a tax lien. Came to us to shut down his business. He'd already given up 5-something credit score. Bank turned him down. So we said, we can help. We went through this exact same process. We got a multiple different types of financing, and all in all, he got $1.52 million in funding by stacking multiple types of financing for him once we executed this formula. He went from not being able to get $25,000 at his bank to getting 1.52 because all this funding was able to open up. He was able to figure out his strength, and we were able to lend him all this money based on his strength through all of these different types of finance sources. Bad credit, gave up. You're starting to get the theme. So if that's you, there's a lot of people, you're not the only one as you're seeing here. A lot of people are saying the same story. I gave up. There was no way. I tried. I failed. Figured out formula. Here's the end result. So now you're starting to see how this absolutely can work for you. So look, getting business credit used to be hard. Not anymore. So here we go. Here's Andre. Hey, thanks, Ty Crandall and Team Credit Suite, for showing us the business credit strategies to obtain over $100,000 in access to credit in 5 days with 3 different businesses. Okay, and there you go. So this is what happens once you figure it out. Now, again, why are these people saying, I got this in days, I got this in weeks, I got this in months? Because they're banging their head against a wall, failing. And then once they realize that these 3 secrets work in tandem together and they get it done the right way, all of a sudden the approvals start turning in because they start meeting the lending criteria. They're starting to give lenders exactly what lenders want to have. And so that is the key to access the funding you want when you want it, or AKA funding on demand. So when we put these three things together, that is where we get the powerful result. We build the fundability framework, we execute the business credit blueprint, and then we are finding the fortunes in funding. And when we combine these three together, that is where we start to get a ton of results. So I want to ask you a question. Out of curiosity, it takes a lot. A lot's happening here. I went over a lot of stuff with you. It may even be overwhelming. So would you like my help? Would it help you if I helped you through this process to get the results faster? If you don't mind, and Angel says same situation. Yes, Daniel, Joyce, Angel's coming in. Ace says, duh. Michael, Michelle Wilson, Shelly, yes, absolutely. Tamika, okay. So then, with your permission, what I'd like to do is I want to show you a solution. I want to show you the same solution that all of the people that you've seen here actually have used, and I want to make you a special offer that I think could make sense for you. So here's what you're actually going to get. What I want to show you today, every person that you've seen, the results, the testimonials of how they're using it to get the results that they're getting. It's called the Business Finance Suite. I'm not going to read all these to you, but I think you get the idea, okay? I can sit here today and I can show you a page of this. I can show you another page of all of these 5 stars. These aren't 5 stars, by the way. These are all people leaving elaborate comments about, hey, Credit Suite lays out the blueprint so crystal clear right here, right? Okay, listening to Ty Crandall, I thank you, Credit Suite system, been looking for him. A U.S. vet, fixed income, I'm in, okay? So you have to see all of these people taking the time to leave us basically feedback about the results they're getting, because the Business Finance Suite's the only place that you get all 3 of these secret solutions in one. You get the fundability, you get the business credit building, the tiered system, the step-by-step, you get accessing to financing, and the result is, yeah, a $10,000 limit credit card, a $15 Chase, a $9,000 Navy Federal Credit Union, another $10,000 approval. Here's a $25,000 approval. Here's another. I mean, it's tiring going through all of these. There's too many. Dell $10, $40,000 lease as well. This is all from 2 different people. So here's one person here. Summa, Uline, Strategic Network Solutions, Granger, Business T-Shirt Club, H Supply Works, Sprint, Zorro, National Pen, Crown Marketplace, Speedway. You're getting the idea. Here's one person. This is one person using our system, right? $2,500 Lowe's, $3,000 Amazon here. I got an approval here. Uline, Granger, Monopolize Amsterdam, Gimplers, Strategic Network Solutions, Zorro, Global, National Pen, Forestry, AW Direct, Office Depot, Shell, BP, Supply Works, Wayfair, Amazon, Quill, Sunoco, Lowe's, Amazon, FedEx, MSC, Sam's Club, Chevron, JCPenney, Dell, Fuelman. You getting the idea, right? These are individual people mapping out all of the approvals they're able to get using this system. And here's my quote. I was looking for a fast way to get money to grow my consumer credit business. After failing to get approved for loans with several banks, I discovered Credit Suite. After getting initial vendor credit, I continued applying and getting all types of credit, and now have over 100 business credit cards in my wallet, totaling over $1 million in total available credit. I have fleet credit that I use for auto repairs and fuel. I have cash credit cards at most major banks, including Bank of America and Wells. I secured almost all this credit without a personal guarantee, without a personal credit check, and I've been able to get loans with many sources, including PayPal and Kabbage, with low rates and loan amounts over $100,000. Okay, there's another one in our $1 million club that secured over $1 million in business credit. You can see we're pretty big on making them prove that they did it to join the $1 million club. Here's an approval for $24,000. Here's another approval for $22,000. Another approval for $15,000. Another approval for $10,000. Another approval for $50,000. And again, it works for every single different type of industry that you're in. So if you think it's not going to work for you, it works for every industry. It works for profit. It works for nonprofit. 50,000 business owners we've helped through it, and there's not one that we've ever denied because of the industry that they're actually in. As a matter of fact, business credit's the only way that you can get money to grow a business. If you don't have one of the C's, cash flow and collateral, it still can produce the solution for you. So here's an idea of what you're going to. You're going to first get the fundability foundation framework, okay? Now, where I came up with this is after talking to Megan and saying, hey, look, I don't know, like I think I'm going to launch a business helping business owners through this process. And we went together and banded together to build the very first business finance suite a long time ago. And what happened was we started to help clients improve fundability, just like the samples, just like Herman Dulce. We started to go from them getting denied to getting approved just by fixing fundability. We started to go from denial to approval. Not at 100% yet, but we started to get like 80% approvals just by starting to fix fundability. So we created the fundability framework. And what that involves, it includes getting your 24/7 access to the business finance suite. We go through and help you choose a business name that's not high risk. We help you set up your entity. We help you get your EIN set up. We help you choose the right NAICS code. We help you set up your business address the right way, your business phone number the right way, other weird things that vendors want, like your fax number set up. We get you set up in the preferred directories. We help you with setting up your website where it meets lender criteria. We've even got a website solution that we partnered with where you can get a professional website done for less than $300. You're able to we help you with setting up your email address. We're helping you getting your business licensing. We're helping you be in compliance so you don't get caught in the fraud trap. We're helping you get access to set up your business bank account the right way. We're helping you access your bank credit scores that you will not know about without our training to be able to figure out how to maximize your credits. We help you with getting a merchant account set up as well. And with that, now you're not going to get denied and not know why. Now you're not going to try and fail to get credit. Now you're not going to guess what industry or your NAICS code is. Now you're going to stop trying to figure out how to set up a lendable business. Now you're not going to have to chase lenders to be able to get approved. Now they're going to be sending you pre-screened offers. Now you're not going to be spending thousands on credible websites and trying to set all this set up. We're showing you the fastest, easiest, cheapest way to do it. And all these things that are incongruent, that are causing problems, are no longer issues. We're going to fix all of that. Even not being able to accept credit cards, we're going to help you with that as well. And the result is not only do you get faster results, but you save money, because a lot of the stuff we're helping you with, you don't even have you'd have to pay through Credit Suite. So again, this works for every type of business. We've never had one business that's come in because of an industry and not been able to improve their fundability and start getting results. So now the next thing is that we actually give you the business credit blueprint. So as Megan and I were helping clients get approved, what we realized was that they would build the fundability but still get denied on business credit cards. So we talked about it. We said, we figured out this whole tiering thing. Let's start tiering the credit to apply for in the right order. She goes, that's not enough. Let's start putting pre-qualified or qualified. Let's map out the exact steps for them to get approved. Let's put the underwriting guidelines on there. Whoa. They're not going to give us the underwriting guidelines. I think they will. I think you're crazy. I worked at a bank. Literally, this is our conversation. And so sure enough, she proved me wrong. She does that a lot. And all of a sudden, we started to realize that we could call underwriters and get the exact underwriting criteria for every single source. So we hired a data team. The data team called every single credit card issuing company in the country we could find and started getting tens, then hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, even 1,000 plus sources that offer business credit without a personal guarantee and credit check. And we all put it in the finance suite in the exact tiers, in the exact order, telling you what you can get approved for and what you're not ready to apply for yet. So now we're helping you get set up with Dun & Bradstreet and activate your credit reports. The same thing with Experian, the same thing with Equifax. We're helping you get your DUNS number with Dun & Bradstreet, helping you get your business identification number with Experian, subject number with Equifax. We help you fix inaccuracies with all three of the reporting agencies. We help you have the largest access to starter vendors anywhere, because we're not some credit card marketplace that just gives you credit cards to choose from. We're telling you the order to apply and the underwriting criteria for everyone. We're giving you the largest selection of retail credit without a personal guarantee and credit check, largest access to fleet credit, to universal credit, to auto financing without personal guarantees and credit checks. Advanced vendors you never hear about, because these are ones that don't build business credit. but they'll approve you for business credit based on your business credit quality. Sources like Apple and Best Buy fit in this category. You're getting access to our business credit tiering system that we created to simplify the process. Access to recommended technology as well that actually shows you the accounts you can get. The underwriting guidelines for every single source. The privileged industry payment experiences reporting for every source. We tell you where every source reports to. Here's why. A payment experience is the reporting of an account to a business credit reporting agency. If you want to get fast business credit, like $250K in 6 months, then you need to get as many payment experiences as you can as quickly as you can. So if I have one credit issuer that reports to Dun & Bradstreet and one that reports to D&B Equifax Experian, this one's worth way more value to me. I get 3 payment experiences. I get 1 with this one. So we're helping you see where every one of these sources reports, so you're applying to the ones that give you the most payment experiences. This is how we get such fast results for our clients. The payment terms on every source as well. So now we don't have to pay $1,500 to get set up with D&B. We don't have to have failing scores with Equifax and Experian because we have credit. We don't have to apply for our DUNS number and see it never show up. We don't have issues with items on our credit reports that we don't know how to fix. We're not able to not find starter vendors that sell what we need. People are trying to use starter vendors like Grainger to buy outdoor supplies. Our starter vendors help you with marketing. They're digital agencies. You can run ads and market. You can build websites and build business credit at exactly the same time. This eliminates you not being able to get high limit, no personal guarantee retail fleet credit. It eliminates you not being able to get auto financing without a guarantee, not knowing the right credit to apply for, getting denied for credit when you apply, slowly building business credit. We eliminate all that. It's time for super fast results. And again, you save time and money because there's so many things that you're getting at a discount or free with us, like 411 listing. You don't pay for us. We do that for free. We eliminate cost to Dun & Bradstreet you'd normally pay for without us. Except we give you massive discounts on other things as well that basically means it's cheaper to work with us than even trying to do this on your own. And then we tie in Finance Fortunes. So what happened was as we started to get our clients now 100% approvals as they built fundability and built business credit, a lot of them needed loans and credit lines. So I went to my buddy Dex, who was my account executive. He worked for a lender called First NLC when I was a mortgage broker. And I said, Dex, I need help, man. There's so many different loan options out there. I have no idea what our clients need, but they have bad credit and they're startups and they need money. And Dex said, I'll help. We hired Dex, and Dex started to build out a funding division. And then actually, once we started to figure out the right products, then we realized people needed more help, and we'll talk about how we solved that. But the result is that now we were able to tap into over 1,000 different funding sources, every legitimate funding product that exists, and we're the only company out there that does that gives you access to every one of these type of funding products. Cash flow and revenue financing for bad credit, startup financing as low as 0% rates, equipment financing for challenge credit and startups, equipment leasing at great rates, borrowing against equipment you already own, securities financing, 401k and IRA, inventory, e-commerce, all work for challenge credit and for startups, commercial real estate financing, house flipper financing, commercial vehicle financing, blanket real estate financing, bridge loans, book of business financing, SBA loans up to $5 million, term loans, lines of credit through fintech lenders. All of this you're getting access to as well. So get rid of getting denied because you have credit issues, getting denied because you're a startup, getting denied because you don't have collateral, or trying to loans and credit lines that you can get, or trying to find lenders that love you and love your industry, or trying to find lenders that overlook your risks, or trying to find money to start and expand and grow your business, not being what we call SBA ready to get the best loans. All of this gone, done, period. Now with our system, we eliminate all of these nightmare headaches. We never need to look for money again. We've got a one solution that startup through massive multi-million-dollar expansion, we can get the money that we need. And we're getting funding for everyone. Look, even if you don't have cash flow credit or collateral, we still tie into business credit to help you fund the business while you're working on developing one of those strengths. So now we start putting these three together, right? We have this fundability foundation module. We get set up with the reporting agencies. We find the best vendors to start building business credit. We're accessing business credit reports. We're pre-qualified for retail credit, fleet credit. We're getting pre-qualified for auto financing as well. And we're tapping into all of the financing that we're able to get right now. So the next thing we need is the fundability matrix. Look, the reason we created this was an internal guide for our team to understand the 120 plus fundability points that it takes to get somebody approved. Yes, we are going to help you through everything to do with the foundation and building your business credit, but and help you apply and help you get your financials in order to apply. But there's things you need to know about fundability that you want to keep an eye on to make sure that you never falter on your fundability. So I'm going to access, and there's a limit on this, but I'm going to get you access to our fundability matrix as well, so you're not frustrated because you don't know why. The next thing I'm going to get you is my business credit building matrix. There's over 200 points that our team uses to build business credit. We built this matrix because our team needed to understand everything involved with building business credit. So we gave them this matrix with the goal of getting our clients to 100% approvals. We want you to see every single factor after a decade plus of learning what lenders and credit issuers look at when it comes to credit. So I'm getting you access to the business credit building matrix as well. So you're not able to get business credit and getting denied and not knowing why. Now, the next thing you're going to want is the actual funding matrix. Over 200 aspects that our team uses to determine the type of fund get. And this is our internal guide that we use to figure that out. And I'm going to throw that in. It's the first time we've ever given away these matrices like this. So you're getting all three of our matrices that our team uses to get our clients the best results. So you don't have any more frustration with trying to get financing and not know why. So now we start to stack this up, right? We're getting the fundability foundation framework, the business credit blueprint, the financing fortunes, all three matrices. But guess what? Not enough. You have to be able to have coaching through this process. So this is what happened. What happened was that our clients got results, but a lot of them they wouldn't do the work. Like they weren't going through the process, and I had no idea why. So I went to my buddy, Andrew. Now, Andrew runs a company called Everyday Spy. He's an ex-CIA agent. And I said, Andrew, here's the problem I'm having. He goes, I'll help you solve that. Here's exactly how we do this in the CIA. There's the way that we take people, everyday people from here, and then make them super agents in a very short period of time. There's a system to this. I'm going to teach you the system. I said, I'll pay for that. I did pay him. And he took me out into a course and gave me a gun. I'm not a shooter. I didn't grow up with guns. I don't even know how to shoot a gun accurately, right? I'm like this in the movies. And I swear to you, by the end of the second day, he has me shooting a gun, shooting targets on the move, getting out of vehicles. There's stuff on my Instagram you can see where I'm shooting, coming out of vehicles as well. He puts plastic bullets in the guns and has multiple people walking at me. And then one of them will draw a gun and I have to shoot that person without shooting the other. I mean, it was astonishing how much I learned about something I knew nothing about using his methodology. Then he broke down at the end exactly how the methodology worked, and we adopted it at Credit Suite. And literally the same methodology the CIA uses to hyper train their agents, we then gave to Megan. Megan trained our coaches, and the coach will be there to help you through the actual process of to succeed. So now you're not getting frustrated because, again, as Andrew taught me, the key to success is you have to immediately recognize when somebody is doing something wrong, and there needs to be a correction at that point. That is the hyper results method. So that's what our team does. We stop you from making mistakes or correct them immediately on the spot to help you actually come in and have success. So now we tack that on, and we're adding business credit coaching on as well. But the next thing you need is affordable business credit reports. Look, business credit reports are going to cost you $250 a month at the credit bureaus. And so we use NAV. But guess what? NAV fell apart. So we said we need another solution. So what we did was we actually came in and did what has never been done to this date. We went and got the actual business credit reports that lenders use. And we talked to the CEO of the company that offered him and said, we want some of those reports too. And we worked out a deal to be able to get our clients these reports. Here's how exclusive these are. We literally are not even permitted per our agreement to sell them to anybody that is not a client. Somebody has to be our client to even get the reports. It's why you will never see me advertise these credit reports ever, period, to anybody that's not a client. I'm not allowed to. We lose our license for our clients if we do it. So this is the exact data lenders use. It's how they calculate your high credit limits. It's the actual fraud alerts and the fraud flags they're looking at to determine an application's fraudulent. It's the firmographic data, which is their term that they use, meaning all of the stuff they're looking at for fundability. It's multiple different credit scores you're getting, multiple different ratings, breakdown of all of the scores. This is the same information that lenders use, and that is getting included as well. So now you don't have to struggle to get business credit reports or overpay for them as well. So you can start to see that we're throwing that in. And then the next thing you need is a finance specialist. Look, once Dex started to help clients or help us figure out the financing to offer, it was overwhelming. There was too much financing. So the result of that is that we hired a finance specialist team with experience in financing to helping our clients actually succeed with getting the money that they actually need. So you're getting access to that as well. So now you're getting access to the fundability, the business credit, the financing, the matrices, the affordable business credit reports, business coaching, and financing coaching as well. You see, we used to have to do it the hard way. I did it all the hard way. It doesn't have to be hard. This is why it's easy for our clients to get the results, because we put all of this stuff together. So look, if all it did was set up your business where you're credible and fundable and you got more customers, you got more lenders and credit issuers to help you, you got approvals and stopped getting denials, I think it would be worth that. If you got unlimited access to business credit, built a business credit profile, built a business credit score, and easily got business credit, would it be worth it to you? I think it may be. And if all it did was give you access to every legitimate funding offer in one place and a finance specialist to help you, would it be worth it? I don't know. I mean, you have to make that question. You have to make that determination. So there's really a couple things you could do. One, do nothing. Do not take this leap of faith, which, by the way, I'm going to show you is 100% risk-free. And maybe try to go out this and do this on your own, right? I don't know where that's got you so far, but it's probably going to get you much of the same. The second option is for a small investment compared to the massive value you're going to get, you could take a shot and use the exact same system that's helped already 50,000 business owners succeed. So look, you've seen clients here that have gotten hundreds of thousands, 350,000 just with one loan. You see multiple clients that have gotten $1 million plus in funding. So if it only got you 50 to 100 grand, what would that mean for your business? I don't know. What would you do with it? Would it make a difference? Something to think about. We used one of our business credit cards to fund this. Once we figured out what worked with advertising, we spent more money on one of our business credit cards, and we raised our leads from 1,200 to 6,000. I don't know. That's pretty cool. And then what that did was radically increase our revenue. It's how we grow into an 8-figure business. Here's another snapshot of time of how we then used our business credit from 900 a month. Pretty good, right? A lot of us would like to get to 900,000 a month, up to 1.4 million a month in revenue. We use business credit to do this. Just to give you an example, this is what one card did for us. So what it can do for you, I don't know, but this is exactly what it did for us to help us build an $8 million or an 8-figure business worth now at $12+ million, right? So how much would you invest to get unlimited access to capital? So as you can see, all of this 23,000 plus in value, even if you got it for a fraction of that, let's say that's a pretty good deal. But if you are wanting to get started with us, I've got a few options for you. First, you could do one payment of $29.97 today, okay, and get everything. You can also break it down into 7 payments of $597, and there's also one, maybe 6 secret method that I think you're going to love that I'm going to cover with you in just a minute as well. I'm also going to throw in bonuses for you if you're one of the first 20 people that gets a lot of this cool stuff as well. A grants course, everything you need to know to get free money for your business through grants. I'm throwing that in as well. By the way, disclaimer, this isn't even going to be available for you for 2 to 3 weeks. It's in the final stages of creation right now. You literally will be one of the first ones to get your hands on this. So this grant course is everything you need to know to get grants. There's thousands and thousands of grants that we actually compiled for you, so you even have access to the actual grants to get approved. And our private equity course, we have all the list of venture capital sources, angel investor networks, and everything you need to know, how to create the pitch deck, how to create the business plan, how to find the right investor, an entire course that maps out everything you need to know to get private equity. You've never seen me talk about this before because it's in the final process of getting created, and it's able to you as well. You can get started here at creditsuite.com/webinar. So again, you've got those two choices: do nothing and don't take this leap of faith, which again is 100% risk-free, or invest in yourself for compared to what you're actually going to get. And I'm also going to give you a 30-day money-back guarantee, another thing you've not heard me talk about. So if you're signing up today and you don't like it for any reason within 30 days, we're going to give you 100% of your money back. So the real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check it out, when even if it does half of what I've talked about, or claim it will pay for itself 10 times over, or as soon as you get your first approvals, right? So that's the question. I mean, is it worth gambling a few minutes to be able to do this, where if you get even half of the results that I've actually talked about today, it pays for itself 10 times over when you start to get your first approvals? Don't forget, you're getting all of this: Fundability Foundation, the Business Credit Building Blueprint, the Financing Fortunes, the Fundability Business Credit and Funding Matrix, Affordable Business Credit Reports, Business Coaching Specialist as well. And don't forget, we're also going to be giving you access to everything here as well: starter vendors, business credit reporting, access to business. For the first 20 people, you're getting those 3 matrices, the business credit coaching. You're getting access to those special reports. Yeah, you got to pay a monthly subscription for the reports, by the way. Basically same price as NAV is. And you're also getting a finance specialist, the grants course, the equity course as well. All of that for $29.97, $597, 7 payments, or the final surprise I told you about. You can build Dun & Bradstreet while working with us. We will actually finance it for you through our credit partner, Credit Key. They'll go as long as 12 monthly payments. I'm not positive you'll get approved for 12 monthly payments. I'll help you find out. And that would bring your payment down to $282 a month. And your purchase actually reports Dun & Bradstreet. It becomes one of your first trade lines. So I'm done. I'm going to open it up for questions. So close. First time I've ever done anything like this training. I'm 7 minutes off of my goal. So thanks for hanging out with me for that extra 7 minutes. I'm going to open this up to questions. I don't expect just because you saw or hear me today that you might have enough information to make a decision. So keep in mind all of those bonuses, the frameworks, the grants courses, the coaching, the finance, all that extra stuff I talk. Look, it's just bottom line, it's available for the first 20 people. I'm not going to put a countdown timer on here. I'm not going to tell you it's good through the end of the day. If you want the matrices and the finance coaching and the actual lender reports, and if you want access to the grants course and the venture capital course, if you want access to that, the first 20 that come in are grabbing all of that. Everybody else, you can still enroll at $29.97. You're just not getting all of that stuff. And I would imagine that maybe by the end of the day tomorrow, that those 20 will be here. And then you're by Friday, you're done. You're not going to get all of those bonuses that we talked about. So if it's something, and by the way, the reason we limit that is it's just what we call a fast action bonus. What we found is the clients that take action the fastest are the exact same ones that get the best results. We want to work with people that are going to get good results so you can become our next testimonial. So we really heavily incentivize those that take action quickly. It's why we have the first 20 people that come in get all of those bonuses that we talked about today. If you want to get approved, you can go to creditsuite.com/webinar. You can grab one of these 2 payment options right away, or you can just apply for Credit Key. You don't even need to talk to anybody. There's an application for Credit Key. Click the button. You can apply for Credit Key right there, or you can give us a call, and our team will answer any questions that you have. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come in, and I'm actually going to talk to you right now about any questions that you may have. I want to make sure that the questions that you have are actually answered. Do not, please, put your question in more than once. I literally have hundreds and hundreds that I have to go through here. So if you're putting in the question and I'm not getting to it, it's because I just haven't got to you yet. I'm streaming across multiple live social channels. I'm also handling a question and answer and a webinar chat. That's everything I'm managing at the same time. So that being said, answered live. Okay, done. Yep. Okay, we talked about that. Okay, one of my main businesses will be business credit building and personal credit building and repair. How do I present that and not get flagged as being a high-risk industry? Our advisors will help you with finding the right industry. The simple answer is you need to consider yourself to be an education or a consulting company. But this is something that our advisors will actually help you through. And by the way, Masio, if you actually want to come in and if you want to be a partner, we also can help you offer business credit financing as a service. We have a turnkey solution to offer that as a service. Let our team know, and we'll talk to you about that as well. I did talk to you about the payment plan. We talked about that. I've been working with someone. Can I work with them? Yeah, you can definitely work with whoever you signed up with. Does it work for non-residents, but with an LLC and an EIN? I told you, I promised you. I said, people will still ask me if it will work for them. And the answer is absolutely yes, it will. As I mentioned already, you don't have to be a resident. It actually can work. And I'm going to take pictures of these questions, some of these questions, just so I can make sure that I answer them on the next training that I do. So the answer to that, the short answer is yes. You do not have to be a resident as long as you have a business in the United States. The answer to that is yes, it will still work for you. Is this available for potential partners, or would like it to be a different product options? So I can get you the bonuses if you want to enroll as a partner. It requires little finagling because the page you're going to go to doesn't offer partner. Call us, talk to our team, tell them you want to enroll as a partner to offer business credit financing, but you still want the bonuses, and we will help you get all of that as well. So the answer to that, Aldo, is absolutely yes. Okay, is Credit Key based on personal credit as well? Credit Key is based on revenue for the most part. Average credit, you'll get approved for Credit Key. You have to have some revenue to get approved for Credit Key. How much revenue you have determines if you get approved. We've got clients that got approved for $50,000 credit line for Credit Key, and you can use it other places other than just us. So Credit Key is a place that absolutely you can get approved with. It's not based on personal credit. It's just based on you having consistent revenue. Okay, questions here. Okay, so I don't currently have a business. Does this work if I'm just literally getting started, and how would it take how long would it take to build business credit? So the answer is yes, Brett, it absolutely will work for you. You would go through our Fundability Foundation, and our Fundability Foundation, we would help you set up your business from scratch, and then you'd still be able to come in business credit. So yeah, this will work for you even if you are a brand new startup business. Is the 600 credit score and revenue a set figure? I'm startup and don't qualify for monthly that way. I have followed your steps so far and have multiple approvals, but feel a little stuck. So this is very much the case, right? Even following my training, you get stuck because you don't have coaches, you don't have the software, you don't have all the things that we've created and spent millions on to simplify this process. There is no set figure on 600 credit score. There's nothing that requires you have a 600 credit score for anything. Business credit has no credit score requirements. Some financing may, but it doesn't even sound like that's applicable to you. So the answer is that no, you don't. The 600 credit score is not something you're stuck on. You don't even need a business credit score or a personal credit score of anything to qualify for business credit. Anybody can get it no matter what your credit score is. I'm literally trying to get my dream up and rolling, meaning I have an LLC, EIN, DUNS, business address. But how do I lock in to receive startup financing? So first of all, business credit can give you most of the money that you need. You should actually really be looking at what you're actually going to use, what you need to use money for. Business credit will buy 90% of what you need to buy for that business. And then you only have a little bit left you may need loans and credit lines for. And there's all different types of startup financing. It's going to be typically based on a collateral type that you have or based on good credit. Remember the 3 C's: cash flow, credit, collateral. You don't have cash flow because you're a startup. So it means you're either going to rely on personal credit or collateral to get approved. One of those will get you instant funding. None of those, you're still able to come in and get business credit. So hopefully that helps you. Anonymous. Ooh, Mr. Anonymous. I love that. Jalen, will you get flagged for having property investments in business name? You should avoid investments in your business name. That indicates you're in financial services. So that could create a problem. What if I need to customize this package? We will work with you. Darnell, my gosh, are you kidding me? I'm taking pictures here of these questions. This is what's happening right now. What's happening is I've never done this training before. So I don't forget, I'm taking pictures of questions that I really want to address in my next training. So then that way I can build this in and answer those questions before you have to ask them. Yeah, absolutely. We will work with you on customized payments. I even have a secret program I don't ever talk about. It's not on our websites. It's not anything. If you can't afford these payments, then you want to use the word Genesis. If you say to my team, look, I was on the training, I want to get in, I want to get the bonuses. Ty had said to mention Genesis because I can't afford that 282 payment. Then they will tell you about a special program that we have off site. It's something we don't even offer. We'll even work with you on customized payments as well, Darnell. And Aldo says, okay, so Credit Key would be an option for a new recent setup company with good credit. Yeah, they're going to want you to have some kind of credit to get approved. We've got other financing sources that can help you as well. And we can also work with you on customized payments or customized payment options for you as well. What does pending approval with Credit Key mean? Does the line of credit report to my personal credit report? It doesn't. No personal credit reporting. It only reports to Dun & Bradstreet. And that pending is something normal that you would see. So that just means the application's processing. You should probably get an answer today or tomorrow at the latest. And our team will contact you on that as well to talk to you more. Will you start a company for me? No. I'm not one to say no. I can't start a company. I am managing so much stuff right now. Credit Suite is overwhelming. We just rolled out our brand new fundability software. We're working on that as well. There's so many things that I've got going on that I would love to start a company for you, but I'm a little bit overwhelmed to do that. But nice try. I appreciate the ask. You never know what you're going to get unless you ask. That's what I teach my kids. What about no-doc loans, pros and cons? No con against no-doc loans. All business credit is no-doc. And we have a lot of no-doc financing too, including Credit Line Hybrid. You can get $150,000 no-doc as well. So I think it's great. If you can get the money at reasonable rates without personal or business credit without personal guarantee check, if you can get financing at reasonable rates and it's no-doc, I think you should absolutely go for it. Ty, went through fundability. I have 8 business trade lines. Credit Suite has been working for me. I need to take this to a higher level. So are you, Bert, tell me, are you a client of Credit Suite now? If you could tell me that. But you can see Bert's coming in, real life testimonial, built my fundability, immediately turned around and got 8 trade lines. Let me know what you're trying to do and I can give you more insight. Okay, and I love that. You start. You're talking about somebody else, I think. Okay, I had the core package. I used Credit Line Hybrid to receive $40,000. But I use my mom as a PG. That's normal with Credit Line Hybrid. Okay. I need to be able to receive a business in my need to be able to get funding in my business name. We can help you with that. Burt Business Credit will work for this. When it comes to funding, we got to dive into those 3 C's: cash flow, credit, collateral. Call us and let us have a conversation with you about your individual scenario, and I can give you more insight there. I love and want this, but need a payment plan. We will work with you on a custom payment plan, period. We will. You just have to call our number. If you call us and say, I want a customized payment plan, or use the word Genesis, then our team will be able to talk to you about a more affordable option or more affordable options. Connie says, hey, I've already established business. I've changed my company name. If it's a high-risk category, you don't have to. You're going to struggle to get financing. So here's the deal. When we helped clients fix some fundability stuff, they started to get approvals. When they fixed all of their fundability, they started to get 100% approvals. So let me give you an example. Walmart will never approve you if you are using a business or a home address, but Amazon will. This is an example. Some fundability, because you're high risk, you won't get approved or struggle. Other, they don't care. So the thing is, you don't have to change, but the bottom line is that you should at least know the industry that you're in. So again, if you don't have to change your business name, but you need to know your NAICS, update it with the bureaus, update it with the IRS when you get yourself out of a high-risk category, and our advisors can help you with that. Will I learn as I go? Because I would honestly want to learn how to do this for other businesses I plan on establishing. Absolutely. Our system works. A lot of people buy our system, use it for them to actually be able to come in and then be able to do this for multiple different businesses. Okay, Chicago, Atlantic City in the house. Nature's Ranch is in the house. We got a lot of people. Hello, my business name is TSHC Company. Been trying to grow my business credit for about a year and a half now. It's working out okay, but I feel like something's off. Okay, this is very common. And this is exactly what I'm hearing. Yeah. And Toshiana, hopefully now you have an idea of what's off and how our clients are actually able to succeed. North Florida, South Florida is in the house. Teddy Robinson, Kevin is in the house. We got a lot of people saying hello. Step 3, I missed where we can access all the business credit reports. So I don't have an answer for you on that. Right now, you can go directly to the bureaus. You can also go to NAV. Equifax data is bad. DMB will be gone by the end of the year. That's not going to be reliable for you. Our clients use our lender reports. And if you're getting started with us, you get access to those lender reports. But I literally cannot offer them to anybody other than its client. It's not even my option. So again, all I can do is direct you to the business credit reporting agencies or NAV, but I wouldn't be thinking about using them into next year because they're not going to have D&B and their Equifax data isn't accurate, just so you know. Okay, hey, I have a question. I'm up and coming. Hotelier, what is the best way to get a loan on a new property? Well, the first thing to do is there's a lot of different kind of financing out there specifically for the purpose of purchasing that. And a lot of our clients set up syndications to raise money for whatever they can't get in business financing. You can give us a call. We could talk to you about financing specifically for this endeavor, but there's financing specifically for what you're trying to do. You'll need a down payment. If you don't want to have the down payment, then there's a lot of ways you can use equity crowdfunding to raise capital or to get the capital for the money that you don't have. So hopefully that helps you there. Real estate investor providing houses to homeless people. I love that, man. That's awesome. Congratulations. And thanks for what you do. Do you have a website? Yeah, it's creditsuite.com. Go right here to creditsuite.com. That is our website. You can easily find us right there. Okay, we talked about Bang. Head out soon. Can I sign up for emails? Yeah, I can try to get your phone number here, but I think you already left, so I'm not exactly sure on that as well. Okay, you pay more because you don't, okay, food truck restaurant. Okay, I have some tiers set up, but they're not reporting. This is another common question. I have some credit tiers set up, but they're not reporting. Yes, because again, I'll give you an example of this. A lot of reasons. You have to have a certain number of accounts for Dun & Bradstreet to even populate your credit report. And a lot of sources report quarterly versus monthly. Our clients know how often they report. And a lot of sources don't report that you may think do. The other day, a client called and said, or not a client, but somebody called that was talking about our program and said, hey, I just got Quill. And we're like, Quill doesn't even report anymore. And they're like, I read it online. I'm like, well, that stopped last week. So there's any number of different things. You might not have enough accounts reporting for those accounts to show up. You actually might have, they might report quarterly. They might not report at all. Those are all common reasons we see accounts not report. What do you suggest using now? And I have no solution. I wish I did. I really wish I did. I don't have that. You have to go to D&B Equifax Experian Direct to get reports right now because Equifax data isn't good with NAV. D&B is gone by the end of the year with NAV, and there is no other solution in the marketplace out there available for just regular people. I wish there was. If you go to creditsuite.com/monitoring, I think we direct you to NAV right now. It's the only solution we even know of. If you're one of our clients, we can get you the lender reports, but outside of that, I just don't have another answer. There is no other answer that exists. Trust me, we have been trying to find another solution and have not been able to successfully do so. If they tell you that they don't need to use your social, it's misleading marketing. Look, the reality is, you don't need to have a credit check to be able to get business credit. A lot of sources, we're going to ask you for your social security number, and that's because June of 2018, the IRS now requires banks to get your social security number for verification purposes. So they have to verify your identity. It's a requirement to prevent money laundering, but you do not have to provide a credit check or guarantee. You do not have to authorize either of those. But you're right. If you're getting credit that's issued by a bank, they're going to get your social. They have to verify your identity or your TIN. They have to verify who you are, but it's not used for a credit check or guarantee. That's one of the things we help our clients understand is that you might need to supply it for ID purposes, but not without a guarantee or credit check. But I appreciate that, Madison. I thought you brought up a good point. Bruce, all good, but I'm broke without credit, so I guess I'm making payments. You can definitely do that, and we can work out affordable payments for you as well, Bruce. Sam says, can this work to purchase an existing business? Business credit will work for a lot of reasons. You're not going to use it to buy a new business, but we can help you with SBA funding for that purpose. Yeah, there's SBA funding you can get to buy a brand new business. And yeah, we can help you with the SBA funding that you may need to buy a new business. So yes, that absolutely, our system can help you with that. Does this include the partner program? This doesn't include the partner program. Our partner program, we can give you all if you're getting started with our partner program as well, but you have to call us for that. I didn't want to confuse people by throwing out partner and everything else. And for those that are confused, because you don't know what everybody's asking, we have a partner program where you can offer business credit financing as a service. We give you all the marketing materials, all the training, the websites, everything you need. You buy wholesale and you sell it retail from us. This isn't the purpose of this, wasn't to talk about partner, but you can get all these bonuses. You just can't get it at creditsuite.com/webinar. You have to call our team, and our team will help you get all those bonuses, Mike, as part of the partner program. Still dealing with disabilities. How can you benefit me? Well, forever. It doesn't matter what your scenario is. The question is, do you want to launch a business? If you want to launch a new business, then this will help you get the money you need to do so, period. And we can help you with structuring the business the right way from the fundability standpoint. So hopefully that helps answer your question. Can you get cash out from the tier 4 credit card accounts? You can get cash out from any of those accounts. Let's talk about how to do it. When people talk about cashing out credit cards, what they typically do is they go to a friend that has a merchant account. They have that person paying that credit card like it was a charge. Then that person gives them the money back. That's how almost all cash out works on these credit cards without paying the 20% credit card fee. So you could do that with any credit card. Absolutely, you can. El Parco says, excellent presentation, Mr. Crandall. As always, I appreciate that. What if you have a few trade lines, such as Quill, Uline, others, but what would be the next step to obtain this offer? El Parker, give us a call. And what we'll do is we'll do a deeper dive to see where you are and then see if you need our Genesis program. Or you need the main program. If you need the main program, then we can help figure out something for you based on where you are. That's my best question. So anybody that's part of the way through the process and needs help getting the rest of the way, sometimes we work out special pricing. Sometimes we have a program without the coaching that we offer. We have multiple solutions that can help you there. The best thing to do is just give us a call and talk to one of our account executives, and we can help you with that. And Robert says, how much does it cost if you're already a client? Well, if you don't need this. But if you have questions about things that are missing in regards to bonuses and such, you can give us a call and our team can talk to you about that as well. Okay, so I'm bouncing back and forth. Now I'm in the webinar chat, which is like nothing here. So let's go into the chat and see when I can start actually getting into questions. Hello, everyone. Lexington. Okay, we got a lot of people from a lot of different companies coming in. Thank you, everybody, for saying hello. I really appreciate it. Georgia, we got trucking here. We've got financial services. We've got assets, RSW assets, Green Gable Construction. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Hello, everyone. Madeline, North Carolina. Body Ego. I love that LLC. That's pretty cool. Name. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm just getting to the questions here. So I'm just scrolling through all the comments that we've been talking about here to get to the question. My business is Clean Puppy. Are you kidding me? My business is Lick Me Clean Puppy Boutique. This is the coolest thing to me. I love that. That's so cool. Here we go. Bert got it. My NEICS is 54120. So Bert knows exactly what the NEICS is. That's crazy. How do you clean up LexisNexis? That is part of what our system helps you do. We help you get LexisNexis. We help you clean up LexisNexis check systems as well. If you're doing it without us, you want to go get your free LexisNexis credit report and then see anything on there and try to work with LexisNexis to dispute it directly. But our advisors will help you through that process as well. Yes, if you watch this in its entirety, there will be a replay of this for you too. I've gotten business credit, but I've had to be a personal guarantor. How do I get to the point where I get no personal guarantee? Connie, the answer is you need to follow the tiered system. So if you get starter vendors, that'll give you a business credit report and score. Then you get more and more credit as you go. And all of that, you're able to get most of it without a personal guarantee and credit check. There's other credit you can get with a guarantee if you want to. But the answer to your question is you have to start building initial business credit report score. Once that's built, credit issuers will start to give you credit without the guarantee. The more credit you build, the more credit becomes available without that personal guarantee. That's the answer. Tony says, hey, new business, can't get funding, don't own a home, can't get funding. I've been desperately working to get some type of funding. Okay, so there is no magic. There is no magic. Well, there is magic. The magic is called business credit. Business credit will get you more money than you know what to do with. And most of what you need to buy, it will pay for. You don't need cash flow. You don't need credit. You don't need collateral. And again, you're getting turned down because of the stuff we talked about here. So if you're part of our system, we're helping you get the fundability set up. We're helping you through the business credit building process. And then we're helping you on the other side get financing as well. But even if you can't get financing, that's the magical thing about business credit is you're able to get it without that credit check and without that guarantee. How do I get a DUNS number for brand new business for no cost? You can just go Google free DUNS number and you can try to go through that way. But you've got to make sure your fundability foundation is set up the right way or you're going to struggle to be able to get that. How do we start with everything we need? Startup fee or okay, we talked about that as well. Okay, transportation, we talked about that. So I'm just trying to scroll through. One of my main businesses will be business credit building and personal credit building. How do I present that? And okay, we talked about that. That's the same question twice. I have fleet, home improvement, office supply, Amex, MasterCard, Net30. Now I'm stuck. Would like auto credit and credit to buy a flip or LTR property. My issue is paying $300 a month for Credit Suite. I just don't know if that makes sense for me, and then that not work. So here's the thing, Connie. I get that. I respect that. So it's like I said here. You have two options, right? Option one is continue on the path you are. You get it. You can relate to the struggles. You're taking the hardest road possible to the result you want to get. Because you don't want to take maybe a little bit of a risk to work with us. You're getting a money back guarantee. There's hundreds and hundreds of approvals on our website. You've seen tons of case studies, tons of testimonials, tons of proof that what we do works. We've helped over 50,000 people. We've been doing this a long time. There's no real valid reason that what you'd see here wouldn't think that would work for you. But if the payments aren't affordable, then just give us a call. Tell us what is, and we'll work with you. We have a program without coaches that might work better for you since you're part of the way through the process. That might be a little bit of even a better solution to help you get to the next step. And Michael says, hey, I followed the steps and got approved for $3,200 at JJ Gold Net 30 and no set limit. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Kim says, "Say, how does it work? I signed on late." Okay, okay. So we talked about that a little, and that's a little hard to go through this whole thing and explain that again. So that being said, we'll send you a playback if you missed any part of this. We will send you a playback. I got as far as I could DIY. I need your help. I used the free download guide, so I guess the paid version will too. I just hate spending money. I don't blame you there, Connie. Look, I get it, and like I often say, there's two ways to do anything in life. You either go the free version and you get worse results over time, or you go through the paid version and you have a coach and you have software and you have the easiest path. What you have to decide is how much is worth to you. How much is it worth to you to have the barriers removed and have an ability to just at will get the money that you need? And think about it. You're doing it for less than $300. We've even got options will work for you without coaches, where it might be even cheaper than for you to do so. So that's your choice. It's something you have to decide, but it's more expensive the way that you're going. You're going to have to pay for credit monitoring, 411 setup, all these things that are free or discounted with us. So some things to keep in mind, but I'm not here to convince you of that. The bottom line is you've seen how hard it is to do it on your own, and you've seen the results of what all these clients get when you work with us. So you kind of determine your own path there and what works for you. It's different for everyone. I have 8 trade lines, but I had to use my okay, we talked about that one as well. Okay, so I'm just going through and seeing some repeat questions. And so I'm trying to navigate through all of that. Okay, so let me go back here. Okay, let me see if I have any questions. Okay, can we get business credit cards without having a high limit personal credit card? Yeah, absolutely you can. So Rich, there's 2 types of credit you can get. You can provide a personal guarantee. That stuff's going to be based on your current high credit limit accounts. Then there's the stuff I'm talking about. The stuff I'm talking about has nothing to do with your personal credit. They don't even look at your personal credit. So no matter how high or low your limits are, you're still able to get very high limit business credit accounts without a guarantee and credit check in my world, because in my world, we're not looking at your personal credit. Your limits are decided based on how much you're spending. So if you get a credit card for $3,000, which a lot of our clients get in the beginning, and then you use $1,000 of that, your next approval will be for $5,000, then $10,000, then $15,000, then $20,000, et cetera, et cetera. So your personal credit doesn't matter in my world to determine the type of approvals that you may actually get. Could you get approved if you use a virtual address? Darnell, our advisors will help you with that. But the short answer is it depends. There's a difference between a virtual address and a virtual office. A virtual office is okay. A virtual address is not okay. That's what our advisors will help you through. So UPS addresses, iPostal, you stay away from. Regus, Alliance, DaVinci can help you. So hopefully that answers your question. What will creditor use once DMB goes away? I don't know. DMB is not going away, but the DMB is not giving NAB the ability to actually have their data anymore. So then you only can go to the business credit reporting agencies. At this point in time, I have no other solution for you other than that. You've got to go to the business credit reporting agencies. It's the only other solution. The only other solution we have are the lender reports, but only our clients can get those, and that's the agreement we have. Outside of that, I don't have a bunch of other answers here. I just got approved for $3,000 with Credit Key. What do I do next? Awesome. You should be able, I'll take a picture of that. Give us a call, and then our team can actually talk to you about next steps. Our team should be reaching out to you anyways. And you should be able to use the Credit Key. So our team will reach out to you, bottom line, or just give us a call. So give us a call at 877-600-2487, and our team will help you. And also, the team will be reaching out to you anyways, but just give us use the Credit Key approval to come in and be able to get started. Okay, I know about that. I am a startup business site. I've been doing my service for 20 years. I need the cash to get the income flowing, marketing leads. So what options for funding to pay for all these little startup costs, monthly memberships, the program? I felt stuck because I see the plan, just need more money to get going. Well, Joyce, Business Credit can help you for everything. So our starter vendors offer marketing services, for example. Done. Problem solved. They can give you marketing for they can give you a credit line for website building. They can give you a credit line for actual marketing services. You're describing stuff that our clients get in stage 1 in starting vendors. So Business Credit can help you get there. And again, if for any reason this isn't affordable, then talk to our team. Our team can help give you an affordable option as well. Past due accounts need to get back on track. Is there any funding option available? Yeah, absolutely. There's very good funding options available. All you need to do is just give us a call and we could talk to you about a specific funding option that'll work for you. Does the process include personal credit clean? We do not do anything, Joyce, with personal credit cleanup. That's not our world, but there's a lot of companies out there that do. We're just in the business credit building space. What's the link for Credit Key and what metrics do I need to be approved? CreditSuite.com/webinar. There's a link there to apply for Credit Key. And basically, I think they're looking at like a 600 type credit score, 580, 600. Got to have consistent revenue for the business. How much revenue you have determines how much you'll get approved for. It's that simple. And for any reason you don't get approved, then we can talk to you about other options as well that work for you payment-wise. You can also just give us a call and we could talk to options for you as well. And Chris says, hey, I need $10,000. That's what the average startup needs, actually, Chris. And a lot of our clients are able to get that in the first month in the process from building the business credit accounts. We could talk to you about financing that you're able to get as well. Bert says, hey, the system worked. I received $40,000 in financing using Credit Hybrid as well. We talked about that. I appreciate that. I think I answered that question. You had a question there earlier that I addressed that as well. Okay. Yes, I would like an SBA loan, but I keep getting turned down from other lenders. We talked about that. I'm not going to, I won't rehash the entire training today, but yeah, I know you probably are because you didn't do one of the things we talked about. If you went through and had the fundability framework built as we build it for our clients, the business credit blueprint built as we build for our clients, then you would be able to get the SBA loans. We actually saw Josh Elledge early in this process. Same thing. Tried to get SBA, got denied, came in, got his business set up where he was fundable, even said this in his testimonial, built his business credit. Then he was able to take the next step and get an SBA loan. So again, you're getting denied because you don't have one of these three things that we talked about. If you're working with us, we go through that with you. If you want to do it on your own, go back through this training and I outline exactly what's causing those denials. Okay, assistance that doesn't hurt the budget, just starting. Okay, Calvin, again, give us a call. We can talk to you. You can ask about Genesis. That's an even more affordable program that we have. And our Genesis program may be a better fit for you if 82, for example, through Credit Key, if you're looking to spend. We've got another program that can help you there too. Me too. I'm always getting turned down from SBA. Bert, that makes sense because again, there's something missing with fundability or business credit blueprint to get you done with SBA. We can talk to you more about that as well. What if your business is already set up? I cannot change my business structure. That would not make sense for me. Can you help me optimize it instead? We can. But you absolutely can change your structure. Your entity is an easy change to change something like that. If that's off, knowing your NAICS and updating that, all of that stuff absolutely could be done. Connie, we can help you with that. Hey, wish I qualified the payment plan, but we'll figure out how I will pay for it. If you can't, Michael, don't try to figure it out on your own. Give us a call. Talk to us about what you can do, and then we'll talk to you about the different options we have. We've got off-website options here that we don't even mention that we can actually help you with. And we've got other ways we can even get you financing to buy and all kinds of options for you there as well. Okay. Obviously, this is pre-recorded and no one is monitoring the chat. I wish this was live. Connie at 219 said that. Well, again, Connie, as I mentioned, I'm here to answer questions, and I am now. As I mentioned in the beginning, I didn't want to get to questions to the end because most of the questions people have are answered. But I think I'm live. Somebody can type in a question and get me to do something funny to prove that I am. Okay. They claim after the question. Tony, now there's a whole conversation about claiming that I will answer the questions that I'm not answering. I love that. Okay, I already got all the DUNS equipment, just need funds, LLC. What if we have all the fundability already? Can I use the underwriting method for more business credit and funding? So you can, if you're a client, we have all that. You just skip fundability and start getting results right away. So hopefully that answers your question. I have so much of my own money going into my business expenses that my personal businesses take too much. I get that. And that's definitely a problem. I have collateral, good business credit, just ran out of funds purchasing a custom barbecue trailer. I love that. Christopher, give us a call and then let us talk to you about the funding we can get you now on top of building your business credit. Once you pay for the program, do you still have to pay for net 30 accounts? So you don't pay for accounts, Quinn. So what I mean by that is that you don't have to go pay for an account, but you're going to use those accounts to buy stuff, obviously. Like if I go get an account for marketing services, I'm going to want to use that account before it shows up as a credit report, but you don't have to pay for those accounts. You're just getting credit you're really going to use to grow your business and using that credit to grow the business. So hopefully that helps you there too and answers that question. Remember, the cost is a tax write-off. Kathy is doing my job for me today. I love that. Kathy. I'm going to take a picture of that as well. I can actually come in and use that on my next training. How does it affect your business credit score when you're denied? It doesn't. There's no adverse effect when you get denied for business credit or for anything. It doesn't affect your business credit score. If I take the plan, then can you help me get it financed? Well, yeah, that's what Credit Key does. So Credit Key is there to help you finance your enrollment with us and report it to DMB, so we can absolutely do that. And then we talked about potential partners. Aldo, we can help you with that. Give us a call, talk to us about that, and we'll get you these bonuses if you're one of the first 20 people that enrolls, even if you're enrolling for partner. Do you help with cleaning up LexisNexis? Yes, we do. And the other two stooges, we help you with Dun & Bradstreet, with Equifax, with Experian, with check systems, with LexisNexis. All of those reports you can get from our system, and we can also help you through the disputing and cleanup process on that as well. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of that so I can address that in my next webinar as well. Okay. And we talked about that. Scott from Credit Suite to get started today. Awesome. Scott's awesome. What about us who already see as partners? We're the partners, Valerie. We're the grant courses, we're not sure what we're going to do for partners yet. We're building out what's called Credit Suite Academy. It's going to have multiple courses. It's going to have it'll end up having your own channel to communicate, as partners, additional training. All that's built out. So keep your ears open. We'll be talking this academy opening, and there's a lot of resources as a partner you'll have access to, including a lot of those courses when it does. What is Credit Key? Credit Key is an outside financing source we use to finance when you actually get started with us. That's who Credit Key is. Does it work for non-residents? Yes, it does. We talked about that. Proof friend, do you buy? Okay, so we talked about that. Okay. I'm trying to get auto financing and can't get approved for anything. I've had my business since 2021, but got everything up and running this year. I have accounts with Uline, Granger, Quill. Can you help me low on money right now? Yeah, absolutely. We can help you. Give us a call. We'll talk to you about a customized payment plan. And again, the reason you're getting denied is because you don't have enough credit to move to the auto finance tier. This is what the tiered system helps you avoid. Is the problem that you have right now is that you're not getting approved because, again, you don't have enough accounts reporting. And that's why the tier system is designed to do. Okay, we talked about that. Same questions that are being asked. Okay. So you're asking the same questions, but I'm not ignoring you. I just haven't been able to get to the questions yet. I went through the fundability already. Okay, we already talked about that. Okay, we're all here. We're not making enough money. Cannot get financing otherwise. Probably cannot pay our bills. Why don't you have an option where you help us with the financing and then we take your fees out of financing that we get? Okay, so Kim says, hey, why don't we do all the work for you, right? Why don't we dedicate our software and our resources and everything to help you? No financial commitment on your end whatsoever. And then down the road, months down the road, when you get money, that's what you're going to use to pay us. So I think you see why that's a problem. The reality is that if we have more free training in this space than any company on earth, period. So the way that we have it, it's very simple, Kim. We've got two different ways you can go. If you want free, there's nobody out there that provides more free information on these topics than we do. Go to our YouTube channel, follow our free resources. But we're also, I think you'd say, we have the right to offer a paid solution for the people that are more serious, that want to actually prioritize funding into something that will help them get a better result faster. With this, you're talking about payments less than $300. We've got payments less than that even. And I'll be honest with you, I'll be straightforward. If you're not willing to dedicate $200 or $300 towards the growth of your business, then I don't know what the level of commitment that you may have is, but those are the people that we're working with. They're people that have that level of commitment that want to get better results faster. If you don't want to commit the money or don't have that, I respect that. That's why we have more free information out there than anybody else, right? So you can go and tap into that free information. So you can use the free resources to help you. But I think you'd admit, if you own a business, what you're describing wouldn't be fair to us, right? I wouldn't come and take your product or service and then go use it and do all these things and eventually pay you down the road, or you wouldn't be in business, right? There's nobody that does that. So we do have a lot of free information for you out there that may work, and we make our payments super affordable. But if you're not willing to invest even a couple $100 or a few $100 into the growth of your business, then this might not be right for you, because those are the type of people that we work with on the paid program. So hopefully that helps you. If I already established a business, okay, we already talked about that as well. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. And everybody says, oh, bravo. Exactly, Ken. DN, it says exactly what Ken Neal. I love that. This sounds great. Let's think about this. You guys realize that we spend millions of dollars for what we have to support our clients. Like, think about that. We have an entire data team that goes out and does all of this research. We have an entire finance team that's there to help our clients with finance. We have an entire advising team that's there to help our clients with advising. Our software alone costs millions of dollars to create and to be able to run. And what we're saying here is that you not only think that you think that we should just get all to you, right? Incur all of the cost. And then because you're not willing to commit a couple $100, that doesn't seem fair. I think we're on different pages, and that's okay. We're not the right fit for you, which is fine. That's okay. That happens. But again, we have more free information in the space than anybody else. So you have the option of using our free information. This isn't for that purpose. This is for somebody that takes what they're trying to do more seriously and that wants to actually invest in their future. And if that's not you, I respect that. That's why we have free information. But don't put us down because we're not taking what we've dedicated millions and millions and millions of dollars in creating that gets people these outstanding results and then expect us to give it away for free, because we wouldn't be in business and we wouldn't be able to help the people that are serious. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so we talked about that and a lot of the same questions being asked. Okay, so let me go back here. Okay, I'm going to go back. This has been great. Light at the end of the tunnel. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. No past due for you guys, but I meant Home Depot, Sam's. Will there be funding, or is this business credit ruined? Not past due for you guys, but I meant Home Depot and Sam's. Oh, well, Anonymous, if you're a client, have our advisors look at your business credit reports and tell you. The answer is it's not ruined. You just need to get your payments caught up with those other sources and then continue to build more business credit. You've got to have more business credit to offset the negative. So hopefully that helps you there. There's no additional monthly fees at all from us, Brandon. You just have to keep in mind that you're going to get credit, use credit, pay the bills, that kind of stuff, normal, but no fees with us. What's the difference between this and the partner program? Ace, the difference is a big one. Our partner program, you offer business credit financing as a service. And then this program, you're getting business credit financing for your business. Our partner program, you get this program too, but then you get everything you need to successfully offer it in a financing as a service. So that's the difference there. So hopefully that helps answer your question. Okay. And I use the lender reports. Okay, perfect. Nav is gone. Tyra, if you're like, okay, so I'm are there your lender reports? Yeah, they actually are. Excuse me. Let me clarify that. I did mention that once, but I want to clarify it again. The credit monitoring has an additional fee. It's not even us. That actually goes to your business credit reports. And that's so you are paying for the actual business credit reports that you get. I think the price for the lender reports is $69 a month. At $69 a month, I think you get Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, Experian. You get multiple other credit scores, multiple ratings. You get access to all the firmographic data, the Secretary of State, the data they use to figure out your credit limits, everything else with those lender reports. So you do pay for the credit report separately, to clarify that. but there's no extra fees that you're actually going to pay us. Okay, what will creditors use once D&B is gone? D&B is not going anywhere. Just NAV is you losing the ability to report to D&B to clarify. So Dun & Bradstreet's not going anywhere. Hopefully that makes sense. I was part of the Building a Business Credit Challenge. Oh, awesome. Called, had okay, no one ever called. I don't know why that would happen, but let me take a picture of this and I'll try to get this addressed with you, Tamira. Sorry about that happening. That Business Credit Challenge was crazy though, and we were quite a bit overwhelmed, but that's inexcusable if our team didn't call you back. Looking forward to a favorable outcome. Looking forward to working with you as well. I'll give Brandon a call. Brandon is awesome. Brandon will work with you too. What's the link to creditsuite.com/webinar that'll take you right to where you're actually able to get some help with Credit Key. Okay, and then Tamira says, hey, the address that I set would be my business. What isn't a P.O. box, but I found out that my business bank account won't accept it because it wasn't registered agent. What makes it registered and not? Well, it depends on what kind of address you use. Our team will help you through this, but you can't be using a virtual address at a place like iPostal. That kind of stuff will get you denied. That could account for what's happening there. Hey, I'm in the plan. Looking forward to working with you. Looking forward to working with you as well. Kim says, coach coming to the program. I've gotten financing like that before, where they take their funds out of the financing they secured for us working together. Okay, and so Kim says, hey, don't misrepresent my question. Of course, we will sign up for a commitment to the program. I've gotten financing like that before, where they take their funds out of the financing they secure for us working together. Well, Kim, again, we just have a difference of opinion in working together. What you're saying is you want us to work, our advisors, our finances, our software, give you access to everything that our clients pay for at no cost. Then you get money, and then you want to pay us down the road. We just have a difference of opinion on working together. That for us, that's not working together. That's getting everything for free and then using it to produce a result. And then maybe we get paid down the road, but we just couldn't be able to support our clients that we do if we're doing that. So if you want financing and you can get a loan right now, if you can get a loan, if you can get a credit line, or you can qualify for financing right now, we can help you with that. The question is, do you have cash flow? Do you have credit? Do you have collateral? Are you lendable? Can you get a loan right now? If so, then you could qualify for Credit Key. That's an easy way to finance it. You can also give us a call and we can help you get financing to enroll for that purpose. But that, I don't think I misrepresented the question. I think your question was pretty clear. What you were saying is that we should give you access to all of this. Then when you get the result down the road sometime, you wanted to pay us for that. And if I misrepresented that, my apology. It didn't seem like I did. It seemed like that's exactly what you're asking for. But if you are looking for specific financing and you want to be able to get a loan or a credit line, we never charge you for funding. You can give us a call and we can help you through the process of being able to get funding, So that's it. Okay, great. Free information is great. I don't think, okay. All right. So that's it. Okay. Can you use the credit gains to remove collections for your business? Or yeah, we do help you with disputing the negative information on your credit report. Yes. So hopefully that answers your question. So after this program is done, are there any other programs for advanced users? The reality is you don't need any other program. What I mean by that is that once you go through our system, now your fundability is set up, it's established, your denial stop. Then at the same time, now you have access to business credit. You get to the final tier. And then at that point, any credit you want to get without a guarantee or credit check credit cards, you're pretty much able to get once you get through our final tier. And then whenever you want financing, a loan or a credit line, you have our finance specialist. You just call or email our team, and then our team then helps you through the process of actually being able to get the money when you need it. So at that point, that's kind of what that happens is you finish the process. And then through that process, you're actually able to have the business credit built, get credit at will when you want it without a guarantee and credit check. Your fundability is established. And then at that point as well, whenever you need financing, you let your finance team know, and then we can help you with that as well. So that's kind of how that program works. Okay. And Ace says, hey, what kind of money can we make as a partner on average? So our partners make an average of $2,200 in profit per sale. Sometimes our clients sell for $4,000 in profit. So our clients usually sell the finance suite for what we do or a big markup, and they make anywhere between $2,200 and $4,000 in profit for every sale. Then they make financing on the back end and funding commissions. So hopefully that helps you there as well. And would you recommend Biz Credit Creo as a trade line? I'm not exactly sure if they do report. That's not a reporting account that I'm familiar with. So that's not somebody I'd recommend necessarily. It's not somebody that I know does. And will existing customers have access? We don't know that, Chris. So The answer is I don't know. What's happening right now is behind the scenes, we're building out something called Credit Suite Academy. And Credit Suite Academy is going to do a lot of things. First of all, it's a private community for our clients. So our partners will have their own community. Our clients will have their own community. We're building what are called master classes, and our clients will have access to master classes as well. Master classes are classes about stuff that we don't do, but that can help you. So how to market a business, how to build your branding, all these things that aren't in our wheelhouse, but you probably want to know. We have experts out there producing content and putting it in Credit Suite Academy. Then we're building out courses as well in Credit Suite Academy, including a private equity course, a grants course, a crowdfunding course, a peer-to-peer lending course, and on. And all of that is going to be built into Credit Suite Academy. And then we don't have a specific plan of releasing it. But ultimately, what will probably happen is our clients and partners will be able to access some or all of that academy once it's done. Whether there's an additional cost or not, we're still figuring all that stuff out, so we're not sure yet. But yeah, our intention is to make a lot of that available to our clients at no cost. That is one of the things that's getting built out right now. But as of how we're going to deploy that, I'm not sure yet. We're still trying to kind of figure that out ourselves. Right now, we're in the building stage of CS Academy. And then as we get later into this year, we'll start to plug our clients in, plug our partners in, and kind of devise maybe a better plan, that will put it in your hands. So that's the best answer I can give you there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap up. Okay. So that being said, okay, so it's there. Monthly fat right now is a lot of money. Right now is a lot of money. Maybe not to choose course, but not so much right now. And I respect that. And everybody's kind of coming back here to Kim's point, guys. Look, it's real simple. We have a paid path. We have a free path. We provide more free information than anybody else in the space. Period. You're never going to find anybody that does. I give you so much training for free, and there's a lot of it out there to help those people that want it for free. And the others, we've got a paid path, right? The paid path involves all this cost from us as a company to be able to give a faster, better solution to everybody else. And as you can see, we really go out of our way to make it affordable for people to be able to get started with. Some people aren't for the paid path. I respect that entirely. I think that most people choose between time and money. And I think that's a struggle that we all have in whatever we buy. And if that's your struggle, then you go the free path, right? Then the money is not an option. But if you go through the paid path, then it's one of those things where we have substantial upfront costs for delivering everything to make sure our clients get the results that our clients get. And for that, there is, let's be honest, a modest investment. I mean, if you're talking about $200 or $300 a month, for example, to work in a solution where you're getting a business advisor, business coaches that call you 5 times the first 5 days, that hold your hand, that walk you through the entire process. You've got finance specialists that help you with getting all the financing now and setting your business up where you're SBA ready. You're able to come in and save all this money from getting set up with the reporting agencies and activating your reports and accessing the business credit reports and the tiered system for going ahead and doing that in our software, which gives us costs. You get the idea. There's a lot of carrying cost for Credit Suite in that as well. And that's why, that's why the system is the way it is. You've got the free path, you got the pay path. So all I'm trying to say as professionally nice as I can is that, hey, some people are better for the free path. Some people may be better for the paid path. But again, the pay path is there for people that want faster, easier results. And if you're kind of committed to what you're doing and you want that path, that's path's available. If not, that's cool. That's why we have more free information. I never judge anybody based on which path they choose. It's why I continue to pour my heart in to the free information and provide value out there like I do. So hopefully that provides some information and feedback. And bless you and thank you for all your hard and unselfish work. Thank you so many families or for helping so many families. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that. When is the best time to call about? You can call them right now. So Antonio, you can definitely give us a call right now. We can talk to you more about that. Aldo, I appreciate you as well. Credit Key said they'll get back to me. What other options do you have? We can work out specialized funding for you as well. And we also have some options that we don't really mention here on the training. So that's all you do is give us a call to access that. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Now you know the 3 secrets to be able to get $250,000 in business credit 6 months and to access unlimited capital through business credit. If you have more questions, I'm not leaving you hanging. I hung out for about an extra 30 minutes beyond the time I said I would to try to get to everybody's questions. And all you have to do is just give us a call, 877-600-2487. Go to creditsuite.com/webinar to choose the right option for you. You're also able to apply for Credit Key right there. And again, I'm not leaving you hanging. If you have other questions, then we can definitely get to those. So all you have to do is just give us a call and we can help you. And by the way, a lot of the questions you're asking in the chat, these are questions for advisors. If you're working with our advisors, you're not going to have these questions because they're helping you navigate through that process. So give us a call. We could talk to you more about any questions our AEs can help answer, and they could talk to you about the support and help our advisors will give you as well. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate your time today. I know how valuable it is. I am going to go ahead and wrap this up. So give us a call at 877-600-2487 to be one of the first 20 to get all those extras as well. And you can also get started at creditsuite.com/webinar. So thank you very much again for tuning in. Take care, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, everybody. Thanks.